So we have the respawn remedial retard, double speaking lion sewer rat, shits at 60, guns ablazing out of the gate ether argument from FED episode 1702 from 8 months ago.
Well, we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim.
So we have electromagnetic waves, which this moron thinks is light, waving through a something medium because they can't wave through nothing. Therefore, his something medium is ether. Then he gets a bit more specific.
Basically, if you have a vacuum chamber, which it does still have some molecules in it, right? But you have all kinds of electromagnetic fluctuations that you can measure and detect within that. And so it's like, what's the energy traveling through?
Now we have a vacuum chamber, you know, the ones we trip over when we walk around in nature, with electromagnetic fluctuations in it, which this idiot considers light. And his question proof for his retard ether is, what's the energy traveling through? Let me say that again. His question proof for his retard ether is, what's the energy traveling through? You got that? Some more light traveling to support his idiot ether claim, so there's no mistake.
Okay, well, that's why relativity was created.
Sorry, are you telling me you're going around peddling this
results.
crap to this community based on a fucking parlor trick?
No, just based on antecedent relationship. Like,
Sorry,
it's just
what was the
logical
phenomena
framework.
studied in this highly scientific parlor trick? What was the phenomena studied?
The difference in travel of light. The difference in travel of light. The difference in travel of light.
So it's clear. The support for his asinine ether claim is the travel of light. 10 days later.
No, you're presupposing that light's traveling from point A to point B.
I'm not.
Yeah. So we got this fork-tongued, double-speaking clown carry on for nearly 2 hours about his question-proof, substanceless medium ether horse shit, with his shining example, the travel of light, then has the mind-numbing Dunning-Kruger audacity for his encore performance 10 days later to charge his opponent for presupposing what? The travel of light.
No, you're presupposing that light's traveling from point A to point B.
I'm not.
So let's head back to shits at 60s, guns ablazing out of the gate ether argument from FED episode 1702.
Well, we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim.
So we have electromagnetic waves, which this moron thinks is light, waving through a something medium because they can't wave through nothing. Therefore, his something medium is ether. Then he gets a bit more specific.
Basically, if you have a vacuum chamber, which it does still have some molecules in it, right? But you have all kinds of electromagnetic fluctuations that you can measure and detect within that. And so it's like, what's the energy traveling through?
So we got the full story. We have electromagnetic waves in a vacuum, and the question proof is what's the energy traveling through, and is confirmed again here.
What does the electromagnetic wave propagate within?
Let's pinpoint exactly what these electromagnetic waves are.
I can shoot a laser through a vacuum chamber, and it
Why
gets
would
to
you
the
do
other
that?
side.
So shooting a laser through a vacuum chamber means he's shooting light. Therefore, the electromagnetic waves he's speaking to is light. 10 days later.
So I never claimed that light is a wave.
What does the electromagnetic wave propagate within? I can shoot a laser through a vacuum chamber, and it
Why
gets
would
to
you
the
do
other
that?
side.
So I never claimed that light is a wave.
So what's left after lying and double speaking for nearly 4 hours? Folks, I have over 8 hours of videos on my channel assessing every single doublespeak, logical fallacy, outright lie, and made up on the spot contradicting piece of horse shit spewed from the despicable dipshit Shits at 60. So again, what's left? Yep, you guessed it. The only port in the storm. This schmuck outright denies the very argument that he made for his fuckwit ether. 4 days ago, 24/7, Flat Earth Discord.
My position is not light goes through a vacuum, thus it must have a medium in it because light needs a medium to travel through. That is not no. Okay, I never.
What the hell did you just say?
My position is not light goes through a vacuum, thus it must have a medium in it because light needs a medium to travel through. That is not no. Okay, I never. Well, we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through, or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim. My position is not light goes through a vacuum, thus it must have a medium in it because light needs a medium to travel through. That is not no. Okay, I never. Basically, if you have a vacuum chamber, which it does still have some molecules in it, right? But you have all kinds of electromagnetic fluctuations that you can measure and detect within that. And so it's like, what's the energy traveling through?
The prosecution rests for now. Flat Earthers, what are you gonna do? Greetings and salutations. The song of the day? Not a chance. I'm not doing it again. How's it going out there, guys? Yeah. Listen, about 30 minutes ago, I copped one of those really, really light headaches. And I don't know. I don't think the prescription for a light headache is what we're about to do. So I'm just saying we're gonna go as far as I can go, and then we'll be flexible and move on from there. How about that? I did screw up yesterday. Right around a very important part of the video, I had a frog in my throat, and I put myself on mute, and I forgot to take it off mute, and you know what happens. Yeah, it was just a short section, but enough of the section that it really bothered me. And it was a very important part of the section because that part is when the treacherous, treasonous traitor, the dumbass Jeran, actually contradicted himself and train wrecked his entire, I don't even know if you can call it an argument. It's fallacy based. We'll get into that. Science doesn't prove things by essentially saying science proves things. So that's a pretty important part. Before we roll on from the point that we stopped yesterday, I'm headed back. I hope you don't mind. Rob Keane, this looks like a carbon copy of yesterday. Like you said, 2 days in a row, 4 more hours. You know, that thing was almost 4 hours, wasn't it? Was it 2.5 or 3? I can't remember. I'll tell you what, I was bushed after it, man. It wasn't too far after that. I went to bed. I was done, man. Dumbasses take a lot out of you. I mean, just droning dumbasses. It's not good. It's not good for motivation. All right, we ain't gonna screw around here too long. Let me get my act together here and make sure everything should be good to go. I'm not going to be flipping back and forth between screens, so that shouldn't be a problem, especially because it doesn't exist. Let me make sure my timing is right. Everything's 5 by 5. Now, you guys hearing me okay out there? Let me do that first. Like, I again, appreciate the super chats, Rob. Thank you. Or I didn't want to do that. I'm not a good, I just don't like taking medications, man. I don't like doing it, so I usually suffer. Except, if I got chiggers or poison ivy, we're getting the calamine and the prednisone, or not prednisone, the cortisone out, and you know what I mean? I mean, there's only so much I can take. Thanks, Paula. Appreciate that. I think we're good to go. Make sure this is good to go. I don't have the computer sounds on mute. That wouldn't be too good. That's the wrong screen. Now I think we're good to go. Now, remember, we're headed back. It's not going to be too long. It's only going to be for a little over a minute. But this is very important. You're going to hear him contradict his entire argument. And this debate should have ended. That's how stupid this is. Right? Here we go. Listen closely.
So, quick affirmation from Jeran. Do you understand that to have A cause B and A not cause B isn't possible? Do you understand?
Sure. You could just go back to what I just said about the waterfall and see that.
No, sure. So sure means surety. That means there is no doubt. And we're not going back to your idiot waterfalls. What he did, he asked you a closed-ended question. It's a yes or no question. It's very easy. Just answer that. We're not going back to your fairy tale waterfalls. All right? But you know how this goes. It's going to be back and forth, waterfalls, easy bake oven, vitamin C. It's going to be a never-ending circle jerk, right, of this dumbass not getting it. But I digress.
We were wrong about, we just did something that did affect it. Removing the rocks stopped the waterfall. But rocks do not cause waterfall. But our test proved that.
Oh, brother.
Because
okay,
we said,
thank you.
If I remove these rocks, then the water will stop flowing over the top.
So I'm clear. Your response is rocks don't cause waterfalls. Okay, I'll just try once more. Do you understand that A can't simultaneously cause B and not cause B at the same time? Only one can be proven.
Only one can be proven.
Correct.
It's it. The debate's over. Correct. He just contradicted himself. So only one, the alternative hypothesis or the null hypothesis, can be proven. I mean, he did it emphatically to make sure there was no misunderstanding. As soon as he said correct, it's all over. Because that immediately contradicts his statement that science doesn't prove things. Ladies and gentlemen, science doesn't prove things anyway. That's a reification fallacy. Scientists using the scientific method proves things. To be exactly precise. Either way, he's finished. It's all over. The debate's over. He does it a number of times, I think 8 to 10 times total, but we don't need that, right? He's already just train wrecked it. We'll go on for a little bit longer, I think. Not much.
So one can be proven then, Jeran.
One can certainly be shown to be more true than the other, but
No, not more true than the other. One is either true wholly, because trueness implies, implicit in it is 100%. You can't be partially true. So one's true and one's false, period.
Again, in this case, because we removed the rocks and the water starts flowing.
Not rocks.
Back on the rocks. I don't know. He should be institutionalized.
And
Not rocks. My example. Just A and B. Nice and simple. We're not on to experiment stage yet. You're not quite there yet, Jeran. I need you to understand hypothesis construction first. Which
yeah,
is
the
to say
logic
that...
part of it is fine. Yeah.
Sorry.
If life worked that way, then
My
you'd be
bad. I'm
correct.
still in the middle of my, 2 minutes of presentation so far. I listened to you, Mo.
We're not talking about life. We're talking about the scientific method, specifically hypotheses. That is the alternative and the null. So saying that life doesn't work that way is moronic. Cats don't have social security numbers would have worked just fine there, Jeran. My word.
Good question.
I heard you call me a scammer because of, according to you, I say science proves, therefore I'm a scammer.
That's not true.
You understand that only one can be proven, and it would violate the law of non-contradiction. If one was true, but the other was a little bit true, then A would be both causing B and not causing B at the same time, which isn't possible.
Correct.
Third attempt.
Correct.
Do you understand that only...
He already said correct. He said correct twice. That's it. I'll do a 5 or see if you can hear him say correct.
Isn't possible.
Correct.
Third attempt.
Correct. Yep, that's it. That's number 2. We're done. So this is all over. All the rest of this is just evaluation of his numpty dipshittery and proving what a retard dumbass he is. That's all that's left. Do you guys still want to do it? Let me check. You guys still want me to do it? Because it's, do you understand? Is there anyone out there that doesn't understand that this is all over now? And I need to reiterate something to help you understand it. Go ahead, take your time in chat. Don't be intimidated. I'm not saying, that I don't want you to say that you understand and don't understand it. If you don't understand it, I'll try to clarify even further. You guys ain't even paying attention to me, are you? Yeah, I get it. I guess we'll continue then. All right, let me fast forward to where we stopped yesterday and rock from there. See why I did that?
Said that.
I've got a recording of it. Do you want me to dig out you saying it?
Sure.
Okay, give me 2 minutes.
Okay. So Nathan's going to...
No, we don't need any more color commentary from you. Nope. This is when the moderator should have took charge, right? Shut him up and just whistled or had the women come out with the cards and go around the ring, something. But this isn't your time to speak again. This is your time to shut up. But he can't because he's like a 2-year-old. And moderators, my word, okay?
going to pull out me saying that he's a scammer for saying science doesn't prove things.
Just shut up. Thank you.
Well, while we wait for that, big shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the conversation thus far.
You better keep this benign or I'm going to be all over you. That's my advice.
How could anybody enjoy this? It's
Oh my God, another incoherent color commentary by the Peanut Gallery. How can anyone enjoy this? I don't know if they're enjoying it. They're watching a numpty dipshit of megalithic proportions get his ass run over the coals by his own self. You're doing it yourself. This is a self-inflicted wound, as they say in the industry.
It's just like
now he's searching, for his next color commentary to pull out of his ass again, right?
I'd rather be doing anything else.
Then why don't you go do something else, like with the neighbor's cat? Get on with it. So don't you have any self-control? I mean, I thought we already been over this. If I didn't want to be in here and I didn't want to be talking to Nathan, then I kind of all of a sudden wouldn't be in here talking with Nathan. I know it's profound. Retard.
Anything.
What the hell? He does this the whole time. What is he writing? His dumb fuck memoirs? How to be a treasonous, treacherous traitor and still keep my subscribers memoirs, right? You tell me, folks.
Well, we got 135 people watching live.
Astonishing numbers. That ought to impress them.
Nice.
They're enjoying it.
See?
It's not, I don't know. It's different. It's I don't know. These are probably how I feel necessary.
Try. I know being around him, you start with sentence fragments. I know it's hard to get out of that rut, but please try to recover. Take a few deep breaths. Okay? Start over.
Chats that need to happen in order to move forward. You know what I mean? Quite often you hear Globers talking about how...
What do Globers have to do with this discussion? They were vanquished in 2016. Technically 2020, but 2016 it was all over.
Obviously anything they say is untrue, so...
Anything a Glober says is untrue, that is a ridiculous statement to make. I know Globers, and they say a lot of honest stuff, just on its face, that's a non sequitur. It's a stereotype fallacy, in the very least. So, isn't there anything else?
Why would I even give credit and say repeat what they say anyway?
I think you're talking about anti-flat earthers, not just Globers. I think that's what you meant. It's good to be hyper-specific when you start opening up your pie holes. That's for anyone. Or stand to be corrected.
Right.
But I guess for the public, for the audience, it gives them, we are out here testing our own claims, talking to, people that we disagree with.
No, this isn't a disagree, agree genre. You're in a category error. This is objective. We're talking about the nature of our reality. It's objective, not subjective, agree, disagree. They're totally antithetical to each other. Why do I even have to say that anymore? Why do I even have to say it to begin with? Isn't it obvious?
In our own community.
What community?
Oh, go ahead.
Who'd you say is doing that?
I mean, I'd like to. I mean, that's kind of. I guess that's kind of just a naive hope that I have. Maybe. I feel like that's the kind of the initial or original intentions of this scientific endeavor that human beings went on. Right, in a way, is like let's go test our hypotheses and theories, however they label.
You don't test theories. Theories are the results of tests, hypothesis tests. You don't test theories. Not scientific theories, you don't.
It about reality.
And get as close to the possible truth as you can.
Sure.
No, that's an oxymoron. He still thinks this is going to be a repeating refrain. He still thinks truth has degrees of trueness. It's moronic on its face. Leave it at that.
Sure.
And it's a never-ending process.
It's not. You just made it up. You're pulling stuff out of your ass. Citation, please. You don't got one. You'll never have one.
To be honest, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it.
It is a never-ending process.
What's a never-ending process?
I completely agree with you. And to be honest, man.
Well, you completely agree with Jeran. Huh. Maybe we found the problem. Yeah. What do you completely agree with Jeran on? Everything that he said? Well, that makes sense. Now I understand why it wasn't stopped for 15 minutes. That makes a lot of sense. Or are you saying something else? You agree with Jeran with what? With his escapades with the neighbor's cat, with his favorite color, with what he said here today? Can you be a little more specific for us?
Man, I remember in the beginning of this, when I started this, I've said it many times. I was telling Globers that, science doesn't prove anything.
Well, there you go. I guess I got my answer. You're another numpty dipshit too, right? So Nathan should be direct. Too bad he's not here. He should be directing his discussion towards you, right? Because you're a clown. Who is that? Is that the Hammer? Yeah, you're a Jeranite. Like I just suspected. I didn't hit this when I first ran through it. Like I said, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I just ran it through one time Saturday morning. No, it wasn't Saturday morning. It was late Saturday night after I got back from the Archie tournament. Right? But now I caught it. Now it's starting to line up. What you got to say for yourself? Anyone know this Hammer guy? I'd like a response.
And I really do feel like
we don't care about your feelings. I hate to be harsh, but this isn't the genre, that time or place. Right? There's a time and a place for that. That's not here. That's not in this topic. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings or anyone else's. I ain't got time to put up with that nonsense. It's mind-numbing noise. Get to the nature of reality and demonstrate it, right? Say something with some substance, with some cowbell, with some support, or just shut the fuck up. How about that? We good?
it's just in my personal opinion of it.
We don't really care about personal opinions. We're back to the subjective. No one cares.
Comes down to a semantics game. And
it's not semantics. They're talking about the scientific method. And what if it was semantics? What is semantics? You know, the Socratic method? In that vein? It's saying semantics is not a rebuttal. People treat it like it's some type of save-my-ass weapon. You're a dumb fuck.
How whoever's talking about it is talking about proof, right?
Whoever's talking about is talking about proof. So I guess we're back to the scientific method. Yes, proof. Correct.
Because the way that they describe
Maybe
it,
we could start there, because if Oakley can understand what I mean by proof, because like I said,
not what you mean by proof. What proof actually means. Not what you conjure in that walnut-sized piece of horseshit you got between your ears. We're not changing definite. Now we're into semantics, Hammer. Now say semantics. Now you're right on top of it. This fucking clown thinks he could just make up definitions and shit. Right? We're not interested in that. We're interested in what proof means, and I already did it yesterday or yesterday evening. I showed you what proof was. It's well da. Sorry. I'm getting fired up already and the headache's starting. I didn't think I would have to fire off on the mods. Or mod in this case.
I said, I say science prove things and just in general conversation.
That, and we already went over this. You don't say what you mean, and you don't mean what you say. We already went over that. That's one of the major problems, right? And one of the reasons why your charter was revoked.
And then what I said on my show that they got so upset about is I said, science can never.
We didn't get upset. I didn't get upset about it. I was just laughing because I knew how. I didn't know every facet on how this was going to go, but I knew it was going to be your dumb ass.
Prove anything conclusively.
There he goes again. He's given prove and proven degrees. He's just a fucking dumbass. Right? Because he's changed the word of proven, of true, right? Of sure. He doesn't know what these things, he doesn't know what he's saying. Because he's a dumb fuck.
That you never know if you have all the elements correct, if you have all.
Who gives a shit? It's meaningless without context.
All the variables correct.
What variables and what specifically?
And I can't.
Are we talking about Aunt Jenny's tomatoes again in Tupelo, Mississippi? While we're embarking on her hypothesis and null hypothesis, is that what you mean? Nobody knows. Can you get 1 degree outside of complete ambiguity for everyone in my audience, please? So we can sort of somehow relate to the horse shit that's whispering out of that blowhole of yours. Because it's just inane drivel.
Cannot believe that.
We don't care about beliefs. That's another reason why your charter was revoked.
Anybody would argue with that. The fact that somebody would say, no, we always know all the variables.
Oh my God.
We would never get that wrong. We would never get an experiment wrong.
It's not right or wrong. It's just is. There's no subjectivity in this. In the scientific method, none. You're in a category here. You're a fucking retard. Don't you get it? It's not right or wrong. Right or wrong has nothing whatsoever to do with this topic. No hypothesis is right or wrong, or no hypothesis. It just is or it is ain't. Oh my goodness gracious. This is the level of retardville that we're at. And remember, from a self-purported leader of the flat earth after 8 years, this is what we got, folks. Take a big whiff.
We would never not be able to.
We would never not be able to get good. That's understandable. Good English.
Achieve a certain level needed for that experiment to be proven right or wrong.
Shut that. He's still on the right or wrong of an experiment. Has no clue what the fuck he's talking about. He's in a complete category here. All he said so far is non sequitur. Doesn't follow.
Is crazy to me. Of course.
You're the crazy one. Of course, rational thought is going to sound crazy to you because you're a dumb fuck. Duh.
Of course that would happen. And of course, you never close the book on science.
What is this closing the book on? What does that even mean? It's another just ambiguous, vague reification fallacy.
Nathan Oakley will tell you you do.
Uh-oh, Nathan Oakley's going to tell him. He's going to tell you what Nathan Oakley's going to tell you. Why he's here. He's here to divine the future of Nathan Oakley's speech patterns. Like I said, vocation, carnival. He missed his calling.
As soon as you've proven something, you close the book, it'll never change. That.
So soon as you've proven something, you close the book and it never changes. What does proven mean? All this is done, if I can get a little specific on his complete retard ambiguity, It depends on it's a case by case basis on what you're talking about. Right? If you're talking about water boiling, then it's open and fucking shut. Right? You don't put any context with any of your, vomit, diarrhea of the mouth. So I really can't pin you down on it. I guess that's designed that way. I'll just call you a retard. Because that's what you are.
That's insane. And then he goes and says to
No, you're insane.
people, oh, you'll all see that Jeran's wrong here. If anybody...
Well, we've already seen that. It's already over. I just showed everyone. You said that science doesn't prove things. And then you came back in this presentation right here when Nathan asked you about A and B. Does A cause B and A not causing B? That one of them will be proven, and that is the alternative hypothesis or the null hypothesis, and you said twice correct. Decapitating your own dumbass. Do you get it? Probably not. Idiot.
thinks I'm wrong,
We don't think you're wrong. We just demonstrated you're wrong.
please unsubscribe.
Please, yeah, they should unsubscribe from your dumbass. Yeah.
Because it means that you are a follower.
Oh, wait a second. Okay. So if you unsubscribe so far, let's follow this train of thought. If you unsubscribe from Jeran, it therefore you are a follower. Okay?
It means that you worship men.
It means you are. I'm writing these down. This is going to be fucking stupid. So, number one, it means, of course, that pen doesn't friggin' write. It means you are a follower. You're a follower. Sorry about this. I just want to make sure I get it right. Number two, you worship men. Worship men. But if you unsubscribe from Jeran, that's the first two things. Anything else?
That you just listen to what somebody says, that you don't even have the ability to think for yourself.
That you just listen to what somebody says and you don't think for yourself. Listen to what someone says with no ability to think for yourself. For yourself. That statement right there is non sequitur, just on its own. Anything else?
If you can think for yourself, you'd be like, oh yeah, humans get things wrong all the
Oh yeah, now he's completely off of the topic. This is a sentence fragment. A multiple sentence fragment with no conclusion. That's what we got. That's what I'm saying here, folks. He is just retarded. He's a dumb fuck that is just pulling stuff out of his ass. He's just making stuff up like shit's at 60. That's why I call him shit's at. Because he just makes shit up right on the spot. That's what this guy's doing in a monologue. With no coherent conclusion. Did anyone hear it? Let's continue.
the time. So to think that there's just some magic test that man made up that's like, oh, but
So to think I thought we were talking about the people who unsubscribed from you. You didn't transition well. This was a run-on thought. You tell me, folks. I mean, he should be institutionalized. If a mental health professional watches this video, he's through. It's incoherent. You tell me. Do you need me to go through those thoughts right there if you unsubscribe from Jeran that didn't make a fucking whit of sense? I won't put you through that again.
but when we do it this way, we can never be wrong.
It's not a case of right or wrong. You're a dumb fuck. You're in a category error. This is non sequitur.
Only right. We can never be
Another one, non sequitur. Each offense, each one is another offense. So just continue down this road.
insufficient. We can never be short. We can never come up short of something. Like, what if water was 800 degrees?
Oh my God, he's circling back. How many times have we been on this fucking fairy tale water at 800 degrees? How many times has he invoked his aunt having balls and now she's his uncle? It's just stupid.
Temperature to boil. So back in the day, 100 years ago, 200 years ago.
Are we going back to your easy bake oven at some point here? Here we go, back 100 to 2. Did same shit, just parroted, mindlessly parroted over and over and over again. It's fucking retarded, all of it. But he's going to do it over and over and over again.
We could have put a lot of fire under it.
You think? We had fire 100, 200 years ago? Yeah.
We could have tried a lot of things, and we would have reached the conclusion that heat does not cause water to boil.
We would have reached that conclusion with fire that it can't boil water, huh? We're in fucking La La Land.
And we would have been wrong.
Yeah. Calling all cars. We got a numpty dipshit retard that thinks he's an intellectual.
But we would have proven it, according to Oakley. So it's as simple
Shut
as
the
that.
fuck up before I slap.
Really simple as that.
You know what? Shut the fuck up before I slap you, you half a sissy. You're a fucking retard. Shut the fuck up. That's at the point. I'm at that. I'm taking a fucking break. Take a break. Yes, sir. Let me take a drink. This is water, folks. As far as you know. Oh, God, you guys are talking about Skylab? Why did I even go live? Oh. So what else is going on out there? Anybody got any thoughts? I know. Thanks for trying to superficially motivate me, Kim, but it's not working. There's only so much dumb fuck I could take. Just there's a point where I become unhinged. I'm glad this is funny for you, Lark87. Yeah, I'm glad you're having a good time. What's up, Bantha? Glad to have you on board, man. You know, I think it was the hottest day in Springfield, Missouri ever with the heat index today. Yeah, it's so smoking, man. You wouldn't believe it. I did go outside. It was, oh man. I don't have to. I just walk outside my garage. It's like torture. Thanks, Lark87. Appreciate it. Okay, let's get back. I'm sorry. I just had to take a break from that. I know. I'll try to calm down a little bit. This is essentially over. Like I said, all of this is over. This is just death throes. But he won't shut up. Oh, man. Yeah, let's get back to it. Here we go. Look at that. I wasn't even on mute and got the right screen up.
Waterfall example.
Back to his waterfall example for the 9th time. Like I said, this is going to be an ongoing thing. We're gonna just repatriate and resell all the arguments he said 6 times over back here. They're all just going to revolve right on the turnstile. Back again, over and over and over again.
You know, you can make that hypothesis. Well, I think it's the rocks pushing the water over the edge. So
I wrote that down. I got rocks. This is his hypothesis that he came up with. Rocks pushing water causes waterfalls. You heard it here first, folks.
to vary that variable or manipulate that variable, I'm going to remove all the rocks from said river. So a bunch of people get there. We all remove the rocks out of the river and get.
Are you delusional? That's rhetorical.
Guess what? The level of the water comes down.
Nathan, for the love of everything sacred and holy, please get back.
And it no longer spills over the edge. The waterfall disappears. Therefore, we just, according to Nathan Oakley, through this rigorous method, proved.
He thinks this is rigorous. That rocks push water causes waterfalls. That he categorizes or characterizes it as rigorous.
That it's rocks pushing water over the edge of causing the waterfall. When it's not.
Rocks pushing water.
That's not what causes waterfall. So this is the problem with mankind.
Nathan! So this is, he's going to wax philosophical now after his rocks pushing water. This is the problem with mankind. You can't make this shit up, folks.
This is the problem with men. This is the problem with human minds. We're always going to be biased. We will always possibly create the wrong hypothesis.
Oh my God. Please help us.
Who's in charge of that? Who's going to verify that the hypothesis is correctly stated? Who's going to verify that all the variables were taken into account? Think about 200 years ago. We didn't know about the entire light spectrum.
Oh my God, here's the light spectrum again. Nothing concrete. So what about the light spectrum? At least you didn't fuck up and call it the electromagnetic spectrum. At least you didn't do that. I give you that. So the light spectrum, what about the light spectrum specifically, please?
Outside of what we could see. So imagine they were back doing experiments and cause and effect relationship experiments.
Like what? For example?
Improve.
Cause and effect relationship experiments are redundant. Experiments are defined as cause and effect. Idiot. So, anything specific on the light spectrum? These experiments, the redundant experiments you were talking about, anything specific?
Proving things. And then, somebody discovered that there's like 95% of more light.
95% of more light, that's what?
That is not observed.
Yeah, there's non-visible light. Yes. So what's it? So therefore, anything specific? Name one of these experiments.
And then all of our tests were wrong and everything.
All of what tests? You didn't name any. You're just making shit up. Just pulling it out your ass. Vague, ambiguous horse shit. It's like listening to the village idiot, not supporting anything. Right? You can't get 1 degree outside complete and utter fuckwit ambiguity.
Everything we proved is unproven, and it just
everything we proved is unproven. That's a non sequitur. Of what? Your tests.
just becomes a whole mess. That's why
the mess is between your ears.
Science would never say they prove anything.
Science would never say anything that's a reification fallacy, you friggin' moron. Science doesn't have lips, vocal cords, aerobic respiration, and sentience. So science doesn't say shit. You're delusional.
Or else you close the book. You don't get to do it again.
Yeah, we're back on his closing of the book, Nathan. Please, I'm begging you. Get back.
Me, you want to always be refining. Even if right now
you couldn't refine a doorknob.
We believe that heat causes water to boil, which actually isn't.
Here we go. Heat causes water to boil again. What did you just say? What agent? Hold on. I'm going to pull a fiver, folks. I got to hear this one in full.
You want to always be refining. Even if right now we believe that heat causes water to boil, which actually is not even heat, really. It's pressure.
So now heat doesn't cause water to boil, folks. It's just pressure. You can't. I don't know what to say. But you heard it here first. I don't know. I guess you go over to your pressure stove. That's what fuckwit Jeran's telling you. My God.
But it's another story altogether. That you can make
we definitely don't want to hear that story.
Wrong determinations.
Here we go again, back to right and wrong. Another non sequitur. Complete category error.
You know, for instance,
You know, oh, he's going to give us another for instance. This is killing. Nathan! For goodness sake, sir.
if the hypothesis might need to be reworded like Riley's egg experiment, right?
Oh, that's a new one. Is that a new one? I think that's a new one. Right? Okay. Well, Riley's egg experiment. What?
When Riley did that egg experiment, I wonder why the hypothesis wasn't just if I add back when Nathan Oakley.
Oh, yeah. Thank the Lord. We're saved. All right, here we go. I liked how he just jetted in, right? He just jetted in with the encoding and shut him down. Here we go.
Kept saying things like science proves this, science proves. I took him and said, Nathan, you know science doesn't prove anything, right?
And we could do actual science to prove that we're not on a spinning globe.
I took him and said, Nathan, you know science doesn't prove anything, right?
24 times farther. Scientifically, we can prove that its angular size is too small. Scientifically, we can prove.
Kept saying things like science proves this, science proves.
Scientifically, we can prove.
I took him and said, Nathan, you know science doesn't prove anything, right?
Right?
And that could be proven scientifically.
Science proves this, science proves, right? That's how you know you're being scammed. So back when
David,
you kept saying things like science.
That's how you know you're being scammed. Back when Nathan used to say science proves this, science proves that. That's what you said.
Okay.
Okay. What?
Okay, so you're a liar.
Yeah. that was easy.
No. How do you know?
Oh, now it's no. You bipolar. Probably quad polar.
You're being scammed when somebody says that you said something, then they go get a piece of content that doesn't contain what they said you would say.
I heard it in there. I remember doing a full evaluation of your dumpster fire. I'd have to go back and listen to that. But I think Nathan has got you here. Even though it's a little chopped up, you did connect it, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for right now.
That's what you
That's
just
how you
said.
What did I say? Play it again.
That's how you know you're being scammed. When science says this, when I spoke to Nathan and he said science proves this and science proves that.
Right. I mean, there's a million things
Right.
that I've said you're scammed for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just said right again. So you just confirmed it twice. And not what's next? Now you're going to say no? I'll bet you he does it again.
Right. So you said I was a scammer for saying science proves this and science proves that.
No, I said you're a
No,
scammer.
there you go. He did it again. Hey, folks, he did it. I'm just reporting here. I can't believe it. Wow.
For not admitting when you're wrong.
No, that's what you said.
What for not admitting when? Well, I already debunked that. Then that means he's not a scammer. If that was true, if you want to bounce off to that reason, it's fucking retarded anyway. Everyone knows it. You're just pulling stuff out of your ass, throwing shit at the wall, thinks it's gonna stick. This is pathetic. I think that word encompasses you. Absolutely pathetic behavior for an adult. I think that would encapsulate this entire situation.
Said today.
No, that's what I've said weeks, for months. So a year.
What? For weeks, for days, for seconds, for months, for years, for decades, for centuries. What the hell is your... That's what I'm saying, pathetic. Nothing that you can really grasp. He's like a shapeshifter. Like his boy Shits at 60, another shapeshifter. Just depends on the day.
Go back and watch my show. I know you don't watch my show, so you wouldn't know.
Meanwhile, when you have a predictive statement that A
Here we go again.
will cause B, it can't simultaneously not cause B at the same time. Now, you've just, while I was looking for that.
Okay, you understand. Well, that destroys your whole argument. It's already over. We already confirmed that. Can we go home? I wish. Oh, I'm already at home. As you were.
Video, doubled down and said that tomorrow it might change. So in order for you to prove your stupid shit, you've got to show tomorrow scurvy not being induced by the lack of vitamin C if science can change tomorrow.
I'd like to see that one. Let's do it to him. Let's have it. Let's see if his money backs up his mouth. Let's do it to him. For 2 weeks, we'll take away all the vitamin C in his diet. Let's see what happens. Can you get in touch with him and let's do this? I'll get with you. Let's see if that ain't gonna. He's not gonna do it. He's a treacherous, treasonous traitor. He ain't gonna do it. I'll bet you he can't even remember what he said during this debate. I'll bet you somebody wrote this for him.
Because that would violate the law of non-contradiction as you affirmed earlier.
Yeah,
if A causes B, then it can't simultaneously not cause B.
You already agreed with that. Why you were shaking your head just a second ago? There's that quad polar nature coming at you again.
Okay, so if I go and remove all the rocks from a waterfall.
Now he's back on the rocks and the waterfalls.
And it causes the water level to drop, and then the waterfall no longer goes over the edge. Did I just prove that rocks cause the waterfall to happen?
You don't test the null hypothesis when you do an experiment. So in an experiment,
let's form it
my
correctly.
bad, half a sentence out, trying to address the ignorant person who doesn't understand how to formulate a hypothesis.
Oh, here we go. Jesus.
Just a color commentary. Just utter meaningless horseshit. Just to try to, a feeble attempt to derail Nathan. Pathetic. You're going to be hearing a lot of that today.
Do I get to answer you, or do you just get to put your question and then talk straight through me?
Go ahead. You answer your own.
Go ahead, but then you keep talking. That's non sequitur.
I need your permission. I need you to shut up.
You don't even listen.
I don't need your permission. I need you to shut up.
But why'd you ask my permission?
He didn't ask your permission. Were you hearing things? Look at him. Scary.
Fucking weirdo.
I didn't. I said, can you shut up?
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Another feigned exasperation. You should have did a little better. You should have acted a little bit better. Oh, boy. Here we go again. Something like that. Man, it worked.
So, when you test
Explain.
a hypothesis, you test.
So, he's talking right in the middle of them. Go ahead. Do it. Go ahead. Do it. Go ahead. Fucking clown.
For the alternative, after observing a natural phenomena. So, Jeran, are you suggesting that the natural phenomena is waterfall, and your supposed cause
oh, no.
of water?
Oh, no, we're back to waterfalls. I shouldn't be drinking during this. It's a hazard.
Waterfall is rocks. So let me get it straight.
Correct.
Independent variable.
He said correct. If rocks, then waterfalls.
Rocks causes waterfall, and null hypothesis, rocks don't cause waterfall. Okay.
Correct.
So I've got some rocks, Jeran. They're in front of me right now. I am going to vary the rocks. I varied them, Jeran. No waterfall happened. I'm just going to ask, did I confirm my null? I varied the rocks, the waterfall didn't happen. So rocks don't cause waterfalls, Jeran.
Sorry, what?
This is getting stupid, man. Not that the previous stuff wasn't stupid. You got to be kidding me. You guys want me to continue with this? All right.
We put your supposition through the construction of a hypothesis with if rocks. So you're going to vary rocks in your affirmative statement that rocks cause waterfalls. There's only going to be
the rocks. And by varying the rocks, we stopped the waterfall.
Sorry, stopped the waterfall. Are there other variables involved? What are you talking about?
Well, then we put the rocks back in, and it caused the waterfall.
Back in, I was. Go ahead.
In what? Sorry, is there something else being varied here that's not independent?
Sure, it's the river that.
Sorry, sure.
Oh, it's the river now. We got a river. All right.
Do you not understand what independent variable means, Jeran?
Yeah, we didn't touch the river.
Whoa, wait a second. You took the rocks out of the river without touching the river? I want to see that shit right now. Yeah, we're stopping here. I'm dropping anchor. I want to see you take rocks out of a river without touching the river. I want to see that. Or an implement of yourself not touching the river. Right? Like a backhoe or something. That's still you touching the river. We want to get pedantic about this? You know what I mean. This is, we're off the reservation, folks. Totally. He's, like I said, he's just he's shit-sitting. He just shits it. At a moment's notice, at an instant's notice, he'll just shit it. Just make stuff up. Incoherent nonsense, man. This is from a grown adult that's supposed to be a leader of the flat earth. Take a good look at your leader, flat earthers.
What river? We're varying rocks.
No. There's a river that leads to the waterfall.
Okay, you give me the hypothesis with the independent variable of what you say? Rocks.
Okay.
So cause, rocks. Effect, waterfall. So
Correct.
your suppositional statement is that you vary rocks and cause a waterfall.
Yes, and we did that.
That's nonsense, Jeran. It's stupid.
Our test proved it. So how about that?
So you varied rocks? No, I'll go and get some rocks right now and vary them if you like, and I guarantee it will affirm the null we won't cause a waterfall.
In the particular test that we did, it did.
What particular test? Were there other variables that aren't the independent variable of...
No, there's no... I thought you had to know all variables there. Oh, you forgot about that part. Train wreck. This is really stupid.
Rocks that we're going to be varying. Are we adding multiple different variables that aren't independent in your test, Jeran? Because if so, and my bad, it seems like every time I address Jeran's stupid nonsense that if rocks, then waterfalls, or if rocks, not waterfalls, that somehow I need interruption about the multiple variables, the other things that we're going to be varying.
How does anybody listen to this? It's just such garbage.
You don't, Jeran. It's been 4 years and you haven't listened to a word of it.
Good. You at least know.
It just makes you ignorant. When
just bleeding. Remember, like I said, like a little girl that got her ass spanked in 2nd grade.
Listening as an audience member, they hear me taking you through the steps of empiricism in the logical consistency, and you tell me you don't know how much. The audience can only infer that you're stupid and don't understand the difference between qualitative and quantitative variation. Like with the trivium that I asked you about. I asked you about this. I wanted to not humiliate you over this. If you'd have just told me I don't understand logic when I asked.
That's impossible.
There's no humiliation other than you.
Oh, yeah, you're not in touch with reality there, Sunshine.
Your inability to recognize that humans aren't perfect.
So his rebuttal to the rocks and the waterfalls and his easy bake oven and the vitamin C and scurvy is humans aren't perfect. That makes perfect sense. Thanks for that. That's a star rebuttal. You must be a Rhodes Scholar.
Period.
So in theory then, Jeran, because we're not perfect, tomorrow the lack of vitamin C might not cause scurvy then.
All right, back on vitamin C and scurvy.
If we did the original test and we thought giving scurvy was going to fix...
Giving scurvy?
I'm sorry, giving them vitamin C was going to fix the scurvy, and we didn't give them enough.
Here we go back with the enough crap. Where did you get this from? Where on earth did you get this amount from? I'd like to know. If you came up with it yourself, that's pretty darn stupid. It's pretty feeble. Didn't I already go out? I'm not going to do this again. You guys don't want me to do this again, do you? Right, how you can actually test this, like, practically? I'm not going to do it again. Please see the yesterday's version where I went over when we got in Doc Brown's time machine and went back to, well, he didn't mention the time, I did, 1600s, right, in bumfuck Egypt at a port. I went through it step by step. He's finished. It's non sequitur. He's a moron.
So you're saying that you said that varying and manipulating it means that we have to go. So when do we stop giving them vitamin C? What if after?
Well, we test by varying it, Jeran. The amount of varying it. Yeah, shockingly.
So
shockingly, Jeran, shockingly. The clue is in the title. It's a variable, Jeran. You're going to vary it. So Jeran, I'm trying to address you, and you seem to be constantly rumpusing me. I'm trying to address your stupid nonsense. You just don't seem to want to let me. So yes, Jeran, it's shocking. I know in your mind you think that putting one candle.
Stupid. You can't even listen to me. Listen for a second.
I heard what you said.
Now.
I heard.
Listen now. If when we were doing the original test, let's say vitamin C comes in tablets.
He's back in 1600s with vitamin C tablets.
So we gave everybody 1 tablet and they didn't get better. And we gave everybody 2 tablets and they didn't get better. And we gave
He's an asshat. Right there, you know. Well, you knew a long time ago.
Everybody 3 tablets and they didn't get better. At what point do we say that we prove the null? Because you're saying I have to keep varying it and manipulating it until something happens. So what do I give them, 100 pills each? But what if it takes 50 pills until that they get healed? How is our stupid scientific proving test going to do anything?
Our stupid scientific proving test. No, that's your stupid scientific proving test. It's hard for me not to stop it here, but I'll try to continue.
In that case.
Yeah, that's right, Jeran. That's correct. As you've just correctly identified with your own example. That's right. You vary the amount of vitamin C like you'd vary the amount of heat. That's about 2 sentences before constant interruption from Jeran.
Well, because you're not answering the question. I said, to what point? Answer the fucking question I asked.
I already answered the fucking question you asked before, you dumbass cracker. Right? With dietary records. You give them 3 to 5 servings of citrus fruits and vegetables, not vitamin C pills, you numpty dipshit. You know, the practical things. Like I showed with example on the last presentation. So 3 to 5 servings of citrus fruits and vegetables every day, and you sit there and watch them get better. You dumb fuck.
Not your own. You don't need to get angry. We're being wrong about the empirical method.
I'm the one getting angry.
The science doesn't need you to get angry with me. Sorry, what were you calling me an arsehole? Something about me shouting at people on my show.
Yes, you do.
Like you're doing to me now. Why would you be like this, Jeran?
Well, because it looks like you only respond to that. That's how you.
Could I perhaps?
It looks like you only respond to that. Back to just pulling shit out of his ass. Just shits at him. Shits it right out. See if it sticks to the wall. Dumb fuck.
I suggest that what you're suggesting I am
child
like is actually just a projection of your own ineptitude and horrible nature.
No, I don't use the mute button at all.
Back to the mute button. He sounds like a fucking baller, doesn't he? Yep.
But what, when you're talking through me now, you don't think that's muting me?
No.
It is.
Yeah, that's muting him. It's the same effect.
Jeran, it's called the fundamentalist religious zealot mute button. When someone's proven wrong, they have to talk through me.
Right, so you just mute them.
Yeah, right. It's your mute button. That's right. You're muting me rather than listening to the devastating facts of the empirical method. Like now, you're muting me. This is you muting me, Jeran. You do have a mute button. You're using it right now. This is Jeran.
It's the same effect. It might not be a mute button, Jeran, you dumb fuck, pedantic idiot, but it has the same effect.
Muting me. That's correct.
Yeah, you are hilarious.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. You're muting me because you don't want to hear how stupid you are.
Wow. You're so dumb. It's
wow, you're so dumb. That's a great rebuttal.
It's painful. And you're leading so many people down the wrong path.
Oh, here we go.
It's sad. You watch, your numbers are going to dwindle. I mean, what do you think you're...
Oh, back to the numbers again. Like I said, we're just going to rinse and repeat all his horse shit. Back to his fairy tale infatuation with numbers. Ad populum fallacy, by the way.
Numbers are down so much.
I also addressed that argument in our discussion back.
How far is his numbers down? Let's have some cowbell with that. How far is his numbers down from what time period to what time period and the rationale why? You don't have that, do you? you'll just bagok it. Like the village idiot. Baseless assertion after baseless assertion fallacy without support.
Back and forth argument ad populum.
No, I'm asking you why don't you, you're not concerned with that? You're not concerned with the fact
What with
that
your
it's 600
fallacy?
What, you're not concerned with that, Nathan? What are your concerns, Nathan? Fucking clown.
You have
watching
argument ad
each show?
populum. No, I'm more concerned that you understand the empirical nature. You've already affirmed that you understand that A can't cause B.
Ronnie and Jason
And there's his
have,
mute button
more
again.
views than-
Ronnie and Jason? Is that what he said? Ronnie? Who is Ronnie and Jason? What the hell does Ronnie and Jason, whoever they are, have anything to do with this discussion? Who knows?
What you say? You never mute button. You're a liar. You're muting me now.
No, that's not the same. You
It's the same effect, you dumbass.
don't know the difference.
So
between
when
you
I
and
can't be
talking
heard
over
because you
me.
talk straight through the top of me, it's not the same as you not
Everybody
letting
can
me
hear
be
you,
heard.
unfortunately.
It's muting me, Jeran. That's what you're doing. You're a scumbag.
Oh yeah. Okay. So if you think that I want to talk to you, you've got another thing coming.
You got another thing coming. If you think that I want to talk to you, you got another thing coming. He thinks he's Judas Priest or something. So you don't want to talk to him, but that's what you're doing. You're talking to him. So does that mean you have no self-awareness, decision-making skills? And it's probably deeper. We need a psychologist in here.
I'll tell you that much.
You are talking to me, Jeran.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you are. Good one.
Being
Yeah, if
humiliated
you think I want
for your
to.
lack of scientific acumen.
If you think he wants to, Nathan, you got another thing coming.
Did you miss what I said? If you think I want to be talking to you, then you got another thing coming.
You are
Because-
talking.
He said it again. Oh, man. Oh. Do you guys want me to continue with this? Take a break. Seriously. Look at Rob Keane on the friggin' super chats, man. That's yeah, that's how it started last night. We need a slobber nurse in the main line Adderall. You guys, I'm scrolling up there. Do you guys want me to actually continue with this? Oh, somebody knew Bobby. Ronnie and Jason are from the Limitless channel. Okay. I don't know who that is, and I don't know what that channel is. What does that have to do with anything with the discussion? Anyone? Oh. All right. Let's go. The best is yet. Really? The best is yet to come? Not from what I can remember. I could be wrong, but this is getting tedious, man. You want to come in here and do it? Who wants to come in here and do this? Cue into the break. I know how to check my PayPal. Who wants to come in here and do some of this? How about that? That's a twist you weren't ready for. Come on. Who wants to do this? Yeah, I know, Paula. I got you. Yeah. Yeah, but I promised that I would come back live again tonight. I guess I ought to be more careful with the promises I make in the future. Richard G, no thanks. Yeah, crap. Yeah. Take a break in place right here. Guys don't got anywhere else to go. Now, Kim, I don't need help, right? The question was, who else wants to come in here and actually do this? Not help. Oh. All right. Somebody said they're totally falling for Jeran's arguments. That's a good one. Thanks. Yeah. Got a good sense of humor. Man, I need a blast of cold air in here, right? Like open up the freezer and just blast it in here. I'm half naked to begin with. I know that's quite revolting for you guys. It's not that bad. Half naked, you know, I've got clothes on. All right. They're just thin and light. All right. Let me go. You guys want me to start? Watch out for falling rocks. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to this.
To me.
You clearly aren't smart enough to even recognize
him calling somebody else not smart.
that what I'm saying is a viable option. That if we were doing a scientific test to figure out what is causing these people to be sick, and somebody says, "What?"
We're back on scurvy. Have we been on? I forgot. Have we? Did I leave and we were off on scurvy? I don't think so. So we're back on scurvy. We're just going to rinse, repeat in the great circle jerk. It's not the great circle route. It's the great circle jerk.
What if it could be a lack of vitamin C? And I say, go get me some vitamin C then.
What? In the 1600s? What you looking at? Oh, that's right. Remember he kept up. Remember 8 months ago I caught him looking up here for some reason? What's up? What's up here? Rocks causing waterfalls.
And we give them all a pill and nothing happened. And we
got vitamin C pills back in 200 years ago.
Very manipulated. So we give them 2 pills and 3 and 4.
Here we go again. Over and over and over again.
And 5. And eventually somebody says,
and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9.
Because aren't you afraid you're going to get them sicker or you're going to cause some? You're right.
Yeah, that's a rational thought. You know, something that we don't have, we're giving them pills of something that doesn't exist at that time, and that's going to make them sicker. That's a sound conclusion.
You're right. I have to stop at 5. So then at that point, we would say our null is proven.
Okay,
it is not the lack of vitamin C that causes scurvy.
How do you know that? Can you show that you did that? Let's see that. Like I said, he's just making shit up.
But we were wrong because we didn't know we had to give them 10 pills.
But let me get it straight. So less than your responsibility, the variation of the independent variable was left up to Jeran. You would have said, no, we better not vary the vitamin C because the vitamin C might also cause them to be sick. We have now validated the null. Therefore, tens of millions would have died of scurvy because the science was left up to Jeran.
We're getting somewhere.
Just summarizing the conclusion of what you just stated.
Great.
Were it left up to you, while you fundamentalist religious zealot mute me, you wouldn't have varied the quantity because for the 6th time, you don't understand the difference between quantitative and qualitative.
If you cannot understand this, if you can't get this point,
I do understand this. I understand this.
Okay, then prove it to me. You want me to vary the manipulate the variable. At what point do I stop?
No.
How many times have we heard the same shit over and over again? Is it better than 10 times? It has to be more than 10 fucking times.
No, Jeran, that's already been done by way of putting...
question. Answer it.
No, you don't need to, Jeran. You would be an incompetent scientist because it's already been done. They've already varied and manipulated the independent variable of vitamin C
before they did that.
and proved that the lack thereof causes scurvy. And it seems that me disseminating the facts of scientific proof in the case of vitamin C and scurvy is going to get fundamentalist religious zealot muted by Jeran because he doesn't mute people.
Wow,
Meanwhile, I'll try and repeat it again without any interruption.
Yeah, I'm done.
It's already been done. There is no need for you to vary something because it's already been done.
Anybody thinks this...
Why are you constantly interrupting me? I don't understand what's happening. Why would this be the case? You've just claimed that this is what I do on my show, shout people down. Now you're doing it to me. You're projecting onto me, Jeran.
I'm gonna try and try and do something here.
No, I'm gonna
if
go.
we
I don't
could-
want to be here. There's anybody who can't see that this guy is a human piece of shit.
All he does is project what he is onto Nathan. That's so anything that he says to Nathan, that's what he is. That's how you got to think of this. That's what he's been doing the whole time.
Then I
So you're a piece of shit.
mean, it's just insane to me.
Yep. You're insane.
He can't even understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, that you haven't understood what he said the whole time. Yep.
He's now saying I need to vary and manipulate that variable until it cures vitamin C.
Until it cures vitamin C. Why do we need to cure vitamin C?
I mean, until it cures scurvy.
Oh, scurvy. Okay, at least you corrected yourself. I was going to say.
You getting
So
quite
what if
angry.
I give them 1,000
Can we have a
pills?
subtle subject change just to get your anger level down a bit?
No, I don't want a subject change because this disproves your entire point and you can't face it.
This disproves your entire point, Nathan.
Okay,
This
well, I'll
is why
try
you're
one
a scammer.
anyway. I'll try just to see if I'm successful. Okay.
Scammer.
You hear what he said right before he went on mute? Scammer. Like a little second grader. There you are. There's your flat earth leader, flat earthers.
So your criticism of my show was that I'll get really abrasive and angry with people and that alienates them. Maybe you could go over that now with me. Do you want to just reiterate your point that you made at the beginning of the show after calling me a
Sure.
scammer,
It's that
saying
I
I'm a
would
shit?
I
Just go ahead and
respect
reiterate
everyone.
that point for me, Jeran. You go ahead.
Yeah. So I respect everybody until they do not deserve respect anymore. You
Like you. You don't deserve any respect anymore because you're a treasonous, treacherous traitor, demonstrated. You're a dumb fuck. You're a lying double speaker. Those are the traits of your trade.
you, sir, don't deserve an ounce of respect.
Yep. That he's looking at the mirror. This is a mirror. But when he looks up,
An ounce. You're an asshole.
you're an asshole?
You're a piece of shit.
Yep, you are. I agree.
You're a liar.
Yes, we've caught you lying a couple times in here.
You change your opinions. You don't listen
Yep, no, I don't know about opinions. Your opinions, yes. Yep, that's everything you are.
to people on purpose. You're not this dumb, Nathan. I don't
There, yep. Well, that save that one. You are this dumb. In fact, you're dumber.
think you're this dumb. You understand completely what I'm saying.
You don't understand completely what he's saying, so remove the mirror for now.
But it causes you to have to say, fuck, I got to say, oops, I made a mistake. Jaren's right. Which
I gotta say, what? Is he in one of his color commentary delusions again?
you could never do because of your ego. So you're scamming.
Yep, here we go. So ego, scamming. Yep, that's what he does. Mirrors back up. Because of his ego, he's a scammer. That's correct.
Just whatever you need to say.
Yep, whatever you need to say, you shits it right at. Yep, mirrors back up again, folks. He's merely projecting.
To get through to the next day.
To get through the next day, that is you. That is the absolute portrait, picture perfect portrait of your dumbass. Everything you just said. Couldn't have said it better myself. And all that's demonstrated, by the way. That's the cowbell.
Whatever you need to say.
Yeah.
So you can't even understand that if we were doing that test before they figured out that vitamin C, the lack of vitamin C caused scurvy.
With the vitamin C tablets.
That if we started giving them vitamin C and it wasn't helping, then at what point do we say we prove the null?
Here we go. Back circle, one big rinse and repeat circle jerk. He just doesn't get it.
Saying, oh, you didn't vary and manipulate. Okay, we keep varying it. Now we give them 10 pills, 15 pills,
Oh, boy.
20 pills, 30 pills. At what point did we prove, according to you, the null? Because as soon as I say we proved it, you think I didn't vary it enough. So did we prove it or did I not vary it enough?
Yeah, I understood your question the first time when I
happened?
addressed it. I got interrupted constantly when I tried to address it.
The first time, you mean the 18th time?
The first time.
We're listening.
Okay. So it's already been done. So when they varied and manipulated that
Dude,
which they assumed caused the...
I already told them. How many people heard me say, go back before it's been done? You
We can't do
fucking
that, Jeran.
stupid
That's
Brit.
not possible.
Wake up.
Okay, I see. Your request is that I engage in time travel.
Just go.
Yes, you need to engage in time travel and take your ass back there with your vitamin C pills. Anything else he needs to take back? Dumb fuck. You're a clown.
Fucking joke of a show.
That's what yours is, yes.
I don't want anything to do with
If
it.
I can, just allow him to respond, right?
Yes, Jeran, please, could you allow me to not...
He's not... I said before they discovered it, he's like, okay, well, the thing is we already discovered it. They already did it.
Yes,
That's
Jeran.
not my issue.
That's right. Yeah, so what I'm suggesting you do then is show by what you're claiming that tomorrow we might not be quite as right as we thought we were, other variables might come along. That's your position. I understand it. Well, I'm saying in the case of your example that you gave me with vitamin C, in order for that which you claim to be true,
example. It's one
there's
of
the
your
interruption
only two
again. Please, can you?
examples of
What am I going to
things
do, hosts? I don't know what to do. He's started the show off by claiming this is how I behave, and I've endured it from him non-stop. What do I do? Do you want to appeal to him again?
I don't want to mute anybody. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to. I don't
If
like
you want to
the
do a
level
time
of
thing,
the.
that's fine. Tell me the time, and I will not talk for that. amount of time.
Now, for the next couple of minutes, could you stop?
Yeah, he needs a timer to stop talking because he can't control himself. We've already been over that little maneuver before.
Stop talking? Is that possible?
Sure.
Okay, 2 minutes
Sounds good.
or longer, Nathan.
I'll mute.
As long as you need. You just said a couple
Okay.
minutes, so as long as you
Yes,
need.
okay, cool. So I get a few minutes like Jeran did at the beginning. Brilliant, excellent stuff.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I see Jeran as a lost soul, right? That does
I see him as an absolute treacherous, treasonous, traitor, dumb fuck of the millennium. That's what I see him as. And can support it with some serious cowbell volumes. I can get the volume just from this. I don't have to go anywhere else.
get 99% of the way to what I'm trying to pass on to him, which is to say that Jeran's done an excellent job of disseminating how the people out there who claim to have science don't. And the only reason that they are claiming to have science is because all of us in the Western world were educated how science proves things. What I'm saying to you about A causing B or A not causing B, that's hypothesis construction, was taught to all of us so that we all understood that science proves things. So that when charlatans and shysters came along and said, you know that light in the sky? That's got a core that's, I don't know, gas. Science. And when people heard that, they went, oh, that's proven then. Well, how do we know we've got an outer space? Well, because science shows us that we've got an outer space. Science, for the general populace, means proof because you were taught it was proof. Now, actual science does prove things and does benefit humanity. For example, using the scientific method to vary and manipulate that which would assume to be causing this effect of people dying at sea, scurvy. You vary and manipulate something in a formulated scientific prediction, that's a hypothesis, that scurvy, your independent variable, the thing that you're going to be, yeah, that's right, varying. Yeah, how much of it? That's right, it's going to be varied. Okay, well, that variation will induce the effect. Or, alternatively, the null, zero difference result. You vary it, and no matter how much you vary it, it doesn't cause the effect. Now, I understand that this concept, for somebody incredibly stupid, like, didn't understand...
Like him.
and their 5th grade lesson in science, for them, this is going to be complicated. For the
You thought I left, didn't you? I'm still here.
rest of us, it's simple, really easy to understand. You can't simultaneously be the cause of something, that would be the lack of vitamin C causing scurvy, or the lack of vitamin C not causing scurvy in any quantity. Now, again, like I say, some people don't understand the difference between qualitative and quantitative when they're varying something. And we'll suppose that if you put a candle in something and it doesn't boil, then you've done enough variation of heat. Now, that obviously is retarded. And obviously, I have demonstrated by an affirmation from my opponent who claims I am a scammer for the affirmation he gave me that science absolutely can prove things. It's embedded in the hypothesis. I have demanded that this person who has constantly chanted through me, and not only chanted through me, you line up the things he claimed about my show at the beginning of this rant that he gave us with what he's just done to me for the last 10 straight minutes, and see if the two line up. And then when I say Jeran is merely projecting his own ineptitude and ego onto me where he is wrong, and he's affirmed he's wrong here today. He affirmed, oh yeah, I understand how that could only be proven.
Correct. He did it 8 times.
Because the other one couldn't be, it would violate the law of non-contradiction. He affirmed, he understood. Then doubled down indefinitely and continued to call me a scammer for what he affirmed, which is that science can prove things. It does, it has, in order for him to assert that it doesn't and might change tomorrow, like all the pseudoscience scammers who claim to have proof when they say they have science, but haven't put their claim through the scientific method. That's independent variable will cause dependent variable, and independent variable will not cause dependent variable. That's a hypothesis, and the variation of the presumed cause is the experiment. It'll either cause the effect, that's vitamin C, and the variation thereof, that's how much of it. And if the lack thereof in any quantity still has the effect of men dying, then you rule it out. That's how it works. Now, I am not a scammer.
AAA insurance? Boy band.
Oh, God. Sorry about that, guys. All right, we're back.
The him sitting on his pedestal with more viewers than me and telling people, with my limited number of viewers to begin with, that I am in fact scamming people is absolutely detrimental to my very limited income and my extremely hard and daily work on this subject. Learning about how scammers, the real scammers, say they've got science, and that would mean to say that they've been through the scientific method. And they haven't. Now, understanding the scientific method is to understand how you would validate something and prove it. Because your antithesis of your prediction can't also be true if it's a true hypothesis. That's it. I'm done.
Thank you there, and appreciate it, Jeran, for letting him finish that up. Jeran, I think your mic is muted. Did you?
Could you keep him on there?
You mute your mic.
My bad. Sorry. Yeah. That's fine. So if we were to, and let's just say we're going to use a what if, or let's say that it took 1100 degrees to boil water.
Oh God, we're back on boiling water again. Why don't we let's say your aunt had balls and now she's your uncle, okay?
Okay, we're just pretending.
Yeah, that's what you do constantly, is pretend. You know why? You are a pretender clown fraud, is what you are. That's why you pretend all the time. Thank you.
Now, if we did a cause and effect relationship test, we do a hypothesis, and we say we think heat causes water to boil, and we keep varying and manipulating the heat up until the point where we can't get it any hotter. Okay. Then at what point do we say, oh, well, did we prove the null hypothesis, or did we? Well, obviously heat didn't cause water to boil. And in fact, for example, I could leave that pot of water in my oven all day long.
OMG. His easy bake oven makes his appearance again.
My pot of water at 400 degrees will never boil. Now,
okay, is the 400 degrees the air temperature or the water temperature? Folks, you can't make this stuff up, man.
There's reasons for that. We know the reasons for that, but I'm saying...
We know the reasons for what? Well, for what?
if we're doing a scientific experiment and we vary and manipulate that heat, we turn up the oven as hot as the oven goes, and it never boils, then according to Nathan, I just proved the null. Or he might come back and say, no, you didn't vary and manipulate it enough, meaning that I need to keep turning up the heat. So what I'm saying is at some point, we wouldn't be able to turn up the heat anymore. And so in that little story I just told, anybody who has any kind of...
You call that a story? I call that high dumb fuckwittery.
Rational mind would go, oh yeah, you're right. Sometimes we wouldn't be able to get to the answer. For example, I mean, how recently have we been able to take things down to absolute zero? Just recently.
What? Yeah.
So what if there was...
You took some down to absolute zero. Oh, wait a second. Hold on a second, guys. Let's pull a J on that one. There we go.
Right. Sometimes we wouldn't be able to get to the answer. For example, I mean, how recently have we been able to take things down to absolute zero?
Never recently, not recently, never, ever, ever will we ever get to absolute zero. The violation of second law of thermodynamics. Dude, he's just making shit up. Where did he get this from? Who knows? What a clown.
Just recently. So what if
just recently? We just recently got it down to absolute zero.
In the scientific method, but they didn't know that we could get things that cold. It's difficult to do.
Okay,
you can't get it that cold, neither can I.
Is that the end of your question? Can I answer you?
No. So yeah, my question would be
no, yeah.
From that.
No, yeah. Yeah, no. No, yeah. Mr. Absolute Zero. I'm going to connect this somehow to damn the pushing the rocks pushing water over waterfalls. I'm sorry. The rocks pushing water causes waterfall. I got to somehow connect that with absolute zero. Other than his IQ.
At what point do we recognize that humans might not have the ability to get to the correct answer?
Correct. Okay. There is no correct answer. Correct and incorrect have nothing to do with this. I told you about this before. You're in a category error. It's non sequitur. You're an empty dipshit.
I've already attempted.
Mr. Absolute Zero.
Just to answer this 3 times, but I'll try once more. And it was in the message I sent to you that you didn't read because you thought it was cut and paste.
Oh, no, he did read it. But he lied.
Systematic experimentation. There is an ongoing process, always. So if you think you...
But you say, wait, you
so
say
I'm not going to get the
proven.
opportunity to explain. I'm not going to get the opportunity to answer.
Because just yesterday on your show, you said things are proven and then we never need to visit them again. So,
okay.
So now you're saying
do you want to play me
process.
that? Do you want to play me that?
Which
clip,
one
please?
is it? Well, I was listening to it yesterday. I don't know what show it was. I can go to my history and probably find it.
He didn't ask you what show it was. He asked you to play it. So you're not paying any attention. That didn't answer that question. It's non sequitur. You clown. Like you just, again, shits it and then throw it up against the goal, up against the wall. See if it sticks.
You
okay,
said.
Do you want to do that?
You need me to find you say that's.
Yeah. So, yeah, for cowbell. Because you made a claim, he's asking you to support your claim. Simple.
Something you've never said before?
So you said that I'm a scammer because I say science proves things. I went and got a clip of you saying that's how you know he's a scammer. When Nathan says science proves this and that, that was verbatim. That's what you said. That made you a liar. Now I'm asking you to go and get a quote of me saying that. Go.
Saying what?
Saying what? What you just said he said. Not rocket surgery.
What you just claimed I said.
What was it?
What do you mean, what was it? What you just said.
I don't know, Jeran. You're the one claiming it.
So you want me to go get something that you don't even know what it was?
You didn't know. You didn't even know what it does? Was? See, this is just his little fucking reindeer games. What, you think you got some kind of gotcha? I'll bet you do.
I asked you, did you ever say that? You don't even know what it was, but you're saying you never said it. So how are you going to say you didn't say it if you don't even know what the fuck I said?
He didn't say he never said it. He asked you for support of him saying it. So again, non sequitur from the delusionary part in your brain, which is 99.9999% of it. You know, up there with the pretender clown fraud underneath your little cap here, dumb fuck.
Would this be semantics or would this be...
No, this would be incredible retard pedantics. Just little games from a child. Non sequitur games, by the way.
Be an endeavor to prove that scurvy doesn't
just
prove
here to
something
make a
the
show.
following day.
You're just a showman. You don't even
There we go. Now put the mirror up. Here we go.
care about conversation. You don't even care about truth.
Okay, I'll try and
It's the last
respond
thing you care about.
when you're
There you go.
done. Just let me know when you're done. I'll try and respond.
Did you ever say that once something is proven, it doesn't need to be visited again?
Did he? I don't know if he ever said that. If you would ask me that, you would have to, it'd be a case-by-case basis, right? I'd have to evaluate it on its merits. I mean, every single thing. It can't be a broad brush type of deal. So you'd have to get specific.
Once it's been validated, you put it through, as I've explained now 4 times, systematic experimentation. That is to say, people still do experiments that have already been validated. To this day, people still do them. Now, all I'm interested in the dissemination to you here today is the construction of a hypothesis, because it's where the empiricism and proof comes from in the process. You can't both have A causing B and A not causing B. That's the bit I want to disseminate to you, and that's all I'm hoping to achieve today.
Okay, so if you're saying that we can't have both be true, but we now know today that
And you confirmed and agreed with it.
heat does cause water to boil. But also, if we did a test where I put that...
Oh, my God. Here we go again. Is it going to be as easy bake oven? Go ahead, place your wagers. All bets down, no more bets.
Put heat to my water in the oven all day, and it did...
I can't. I'm the house. I always win. I can't. As you were.
not confirm that hypothesis. So therefore, it is both. It both doesn't and does cause water to boil.
What? What the hell did you just say? You're a retard. End of.
Correct?
You're suggesting that the application of heat doesn't cause water to boil.
I left a pot of water in my oven at 400 degrees.
Oh, boy. Okay.
All night. It never boiled.
I see. So because you...
How many people think he actually did that? Even though it's dumb as fuck. How many people think he actually did that? Yeah, that's what I thought.
As an individual, couldn't induce the effect of boiling, you have validated your null. Fortunately, by the 8th attempt, this process has systematic experimentation built within the method so that others continue to endeavour to try and find out what does cause it. Now, while you weren't successful in this instance, others might vary the heat and induce the effect. And then they validate the null, at which point they can't have heat not cause the effect, because then if no matter how much heat you applied, it would never boil. But it will, because you can't have both be true. Heat can't both cause water to boil and, at the same time, not cause it to boil. Only one can be proven when you vary heat and boil the water, inducing the effect that you're trying to induce.
Yeah, I don't think you see the point. I mean, if you're talking about getting as close as we can to the truth, I told you that I'll agree.
Now, he's back to his degrees. We're just circle jerking the never-ending great circle jerk. Back to his degrees of provenness and trueness.
Agree with you there. But all I'm saying is that you could never know all variables. Let's say that...
Back to never knowing all variable horse shit. I don't know how much longer I can go with this, guys.
Like Riley's experiment with the egg, right? So you would say,
oh, well, this is something new. Now, he started to get into that before. So this is something, now he's caught my attention. Okay. All right. So something new. Here we go.
that Riley has proven that relative density is the cause of things going down or up?
The dependent variable is vector change, regardless of direction. The independent variable was the density of the medium. The independent variable, that would be the density of the medium, was indeed varied, and it induced the effect of the dependent variable, a vector change.
Yep. Pretty simple.
He then ruled
So
out
the-
his null, because upon variation of a density variation by him, the experimenter, he induced the effect. To confirm the null, he would have to change the density and not get a vector change ever. Not
Correct.
just, let's say for the sake of argument, Jeran, just imagine for a moment that experiment that was done by Anthony Riley. Now imagine that we are 500-foot tall giants.
Oh, you're playing his game, huh? All right. Nice one.
And when we look upon that little teeny tiny little glass, it really didn't look like the egg moved at all because we're so big. Yeah.
Correct.
But then we'd have to vary it a little bit more, like put more candles under and stuff like that to prove and validate the alternative hypothesis.
Right. But what if there was something like a magnetic pole that was repelling the egg, but it's attracted to the salt?
What the fuck? He didn't put a magnet in there. He put salt in it. This is really, really stupid.
So we put the salt in, thinking that what we proved
Thinking that it was a magnet?
was that the change in the medium is what caused the egg to go, when really it was because of magnetics.
Why? Do you think, are we pretending now that salt's a magnet? Jeran, you retard. My God, folks.
What would be the case there? See, because
What would be the case there? You would be institutionalized. That would be the case. Because you're a fucking retard.
if we didn't know the other variable of magnetics existed,
Of magnetics, we know that salt's not a fucking magnet.
and throughout all of science, this has always happened.
You can
Throughout all of science, so this broad brush throughout all, what is science? Throughout all of it. What is all of science for everyone, please? Can you be specific? Nothing but a harebrained reification fallacy again.
do that.
We're missing some element.
Okay, you can do that.
So explain to
you
me
can-
how
you can-
that's handled.
Earlier, right, okay. So you're suggesting that the observed phenomena of vector change can be induced by magnetism.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying in that
Well,
case,
no,
if we
that's a hypothesis. What you're doing is making a scientific prediction. Your scientific prediction independent variable is magnetism, right?
no, I'm not saying that. Let's say that that's what's
You're not
going on
saying that.
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, what he's saying here, Nathan, is salt is a fucking magnet.
You're missing the point completely.
No, I'm not.
Riley comes and he does the experiment, but he doesn't know about the magnetics involved.
He doesn't know that salt's a magnet. For goodness sakes, Nathan.
He's going to come to a conclusion, and other testers are going to come over and they're going to come to the conclusion, and everybody's going to walk away thinking something was proven when it wasn't, because you didn't know
That salt was a magnet.
that there's an underlying cause that you can't see. That's what I'm saying. Now, you should at this point go, oh,
But we should at this point, call a mental health professional. Because you're a dumb fuck.
in that case, Jeran, you know what's important is that
Oh my God, is he playing Nathan?
we actually have the correct hypothesis, and that we have all elements taken into account, and that we can look at every single possible fluctuation that could be involved, or any kind of other feature. Then
Fluctuation or other feature, we love your attention to detail. But salt's still a fucking magnet to you, right?
that would be us agreeing. And I would say, yes, we can get as close as we can to the truth as
Here we go. We can get as close as we can to the truth when salt's a magnet, Nathan. Unbelievable.
long as the test is correct, the hypothesis is correct, It's we've gone through all avenues, all possible scenarios, but we'll never be at that point.
All avenues and scenarios that salt's a magnet. Nathan?
Ever.
Okay,
So
I'll try again.
Where I have a problem, hold on, I just have one problem.
Let me know
I have
when
a
you're
problem
done.
is when
You got one problem. I know the biggest one. You're a dumb fuck.
saying, and this is my biggest problem with it. You've actually said on your show, and I can bring it up if you want. Somebody was saying something about, well, this could change. And you said, no, it can never. We've proven it.
Oh my God, we're going back to this shit again. I don't know, guys. Time's a ticking, man.
That's it. It's proven. End of story. You said that. So that means in your mind, science does stop. Once we've proven.
What do you mean? What is this science does stop? What does he mean by that? It's so vague. There's nothing to grab onto with that statement. You're a fucking retard.
Something, the science on that can stop.
No.
The science on that can stop. On what? You're talking about the egg experiment, about the density thing. Is that what you mean? That the science just specific? It doesn't even make any sense. It's fucking science stop on it. What do you mean by that? Who knows?
No, systematic experimentation. I'm pretty sure I've gone through this. However, the magnetic field that you postulated.
Why don't you answer questions? Why don't you answer?
Because they're dumb fuck? Non sequiturs?
I'm about to. I get about 5 words out and then.
Yeah, but I asked you a question. I don't care how many words you're going to get out that aren't answering my question.
Look at this fucking. You need to be subdued and then horse and elephant tranquilized without cessation, straitjacketed, rubber-roomed, then forced lobotomized with a sworn drawn guard 24/7 for the rest of your days outside the door.
Answer the question, because this is where it's proving you to be full of shit.
How so? Well, your salt magnet question?
You say one story and then you say something else on your show.
Okay, I asked you to go and get me saying
this. The other day you were saying
sorry,
that
I asked you. I thought we covered
You-
this. I'm sorry. I thought
you said we're talking.
you
said
keep
we're
telling me
talking
what
about
I've said.
computers because
Do you
of
want
science.
to play it? So when you said you didn't say I was a scammer for saying science proves, I went and got. That's how you know you are being scammed when Nathan says this and that about science. Why am I being moderators? What's going on? I'm trying to address him. He's saying no after 4 words. You're not addressing my question. How do you know I got 4 words out? It's unreasonable.
Wait,
it's a projection of the behaviour you said I exhibit on my show. Please stop projecting your horrible behaviour onto me and stop doing it now. And just listen. Systematic experimentation for about the 8th time. Experiments will continue. All that matters is whether.
Look at him still looking down with his coloring book. Who knows? You probably munched half the crayons. Dipshit.
Or not, they've got a valid hypothesis. And contained within the hypothesis, only one thing, in Anthony's case, density.
You know what? I forgot about this. Can he define magnetism? I know he's not going to give us electrify and electropa. I'd like him to define, because he invoked it, magnetism. I want the definition. That's what he'll never do it because he don't know what it fucking is. Neither does his Nancy fag boyfriends know what it is. They don't know what any of it is. Magnetism, electrostatics, electricity, static electricity, all of it. They're absolutely fucking clueless of what these things mean. Ask them.
Will be varied. Everything else is held constant. Now, I'll keep trying to get this in, but I get interrupted constantly. You can, if you choose to, rearrange the variables and hold the density constant and vary the
and then throw a fucking magnet in there.
magnetic field. You can do that. Independent variable magnetic field, dependent variable naturally observed phenomena, vector change, null, independent variable magnetism or magnetic fields, no effect will be observed. No vector change. That's a valid scientific prediction that you've got. So now, although I wasn't necessarily intending to get beyond the predictive stage, because that's where the empiricism that proves you wrong, that I'm a scammer for saying science proves, when that's all it can do, that's all I wanted to achieve here. Not for money. I mean, yes, it is detrimental when you say I'm a scammer for saying science proves when that's all it can do, and you're saying you won't concede that. Pretty much a projection of what you said I was doing on my show. Just pure projection.
No,
But
because you're talking about logic.
Is logic. If A, then B, or if A, not B, is pure logic.
Right.
Yeah, the scientific method is based in logic, abductive and deductive reasoning. Yeah, we went over this on the show. I've been going over this for about 7 years with you numpties. Not you numpties, you know what I mean. With these numpties here and baltards. I've been going over this for, like I said, 7 years, bringing it up. It's really simple.
Correct.
Yeah,
Those
that's what the method is. That's a scientific prediction. There is a logic to a hypothesis.
Where's A and B? Where's A and B in his...
Oh my God, he's asking where's A and B. Back to this circle jerk again. Fuck.
In our tests.
Oh, right. So, like, independent variable, vitamin C, dependent variable, men
Yeah,
die.
you've added things that are not letters. It's no longer mathematics.
It's no long. It was never mathematics to begin with. What the hell are you talking about? Here we go, circle jerking back to this train wreck, vitamin C, and scurvy.
Yeah, it's the basic raw logic that I've had to dumb it right down to get you to understand it. That's right.
No, it's not provable. Can't be proven.
So it can't be proven. So the lack of vitamin C causes scurvy has never been proven, according to this numpty dipshit of the millennium. That's what he just said implicitly.
So we haven't proven that vitamin C and the lack thereof causes scurvy. Tomorrow, it might be the case that you as an audience...
He said we've come as close as we can. What a clown. You're an ass clown. You just train wrecked yourself fully again, Mr. Absolute Zero IQ. And validated, confirmed science that has saved millions of people's lives. Wow. Thanks.
According to Jeran, can stop consuming vitamin C and not get scurvy, if he's correct.
We've come as close as we can. That's the current belief. That's the current
belief.
Truth.
It's a fact. It's proven. It's been proven. Sorry, Jeran, you're wrong. Yeah. No, Jeran, that's incorrect. I just want to correct you without interruption, if you don't mind. No, the lack of vitamin C has been proven to be the cause of scurvy by way of scientific validity. It is empirically validated because it has been proven with real science that had a scientific prediction that was validated.
So you don't think that there's a possibility that in the future vitamin C...
That's how it was proven and won't change tomorrow, contrary to your assertion. I know you desperately need to interrupt how wrong you are, but I'll just try that again, hopefully without the interruption at the end. Why am I getting interrupted? Mods, maybe you should step in.
Wow.
Because I'm not getting to make my conclusion.
Hold on, he's double speaking. He said that you said that systematic
He's double speaking.
experimentation would continue, but you just got done saying that it's proven and it will never change. So which one is it?
No, you'll never change it, but it doesn't mean to say that you couldn't, if you chose to, deprive a man of vitamin C tomorrow, Jeran, because you think it might change. So if you think it might change and you want to put your money on it, just deprive a man of vitamin C tomorrow so you can prove that you're right and that science doesn't prove things. It might change tomorrow. You just have to do that, Jeran. You have to, not me. I know that it's been proven empirically because the lack of vitamin C can't both be the cause of scurvy and not be the cause of scurvy simultaneously. It would violate the law of non-contradiction and is the empiricism that the scientific method offers when proving things, as you nod along.
An incorrect.
However, again, I'm not seeming to get my conclusion, Mods. It's about the 10th attempt.
Try again.
I can't. Jeran keeps interrupting me. I keep appealing to you. You're not doing anything.
Boy, this guy's desperate.
I just want to make my point without you interrupting me.
Go ahead, Nathan. Yep.
Some more color commentary. Yeah, go on, Moot.
Thank you. I don't actually need permission. I just need Jeran to stop interrupting me, fundamentalistically religious zealot, muting me, projecting that which he moaned about my show directly onto me by doing it. That's what people who lie and project and are actually scammers do. They project their own lies and bullshit about how they behave onto their
He's
opponent.
still talking.
When they
Nathan
claim
like
that
this
they
one.
won't interrupt and won't take themselves off mute and
Nathan
fundy
acts
mute them
like
with their
this
fundy
every
mute button,
fucking show,
they're just
and
liars.
I've never acted like this once. Do you see the
He's never acted like this once. This is once. Everything he says, it's just mind-numbing incoherency. He train wrecked. It's like he's got these coals, these burning hot coals, and he just like has a shovel over his head with his right arm and just dumps them on himself. That's how bad this is.
difference there? I wonder what's causing me to act like this. Could it be?
So somebody else is causing you to act a certain way. Well, thanks for that admission that you have no self-control whatsoever. Everyone knew that who's watched it up to this point. You're a child. You have a childlike mentality and emotional and intellectual maturity. It's easy to see. We demonstrated it an hour ago, probably longer.
The asshole that I'm having to deal with? Probably.
So what was your objection to my show? I shout down my opponents and alienate them from my show. Go, tell me about that again, Jeran.
Every show, yeah.
Talk through them and stuff, right?
Yeah, every show.
Like you're
I thought you didn't watch a show. How do you know? Is that another contradiction? It's like Mount Everest of absolute belly laughing contradictions that he did to himself. Most in the next breath. Folks, that's what we got here. Clown. Pure ass clown.
I can attempt to get it back on track, gentlemen, if you're interested. When it comes to the scurvy thing, I kind of, I'm trying, maybe.
Uh-oh. This might be dangerous. Let's see if you can recover.
Am I steel manning this correctly, Jeran? If basically what he's saying is before we have, and even after we have identified maybe that the lack of vitamin C does cause scurvy and that we need to be given citrus to these sailors and whatnot. Is it not possible through further scrutiny that we find they're possibly a combination of things? Or
yes, because you did the citrus thing. You said citrus. See, this isn't making any sense. Yeah, that's what they did. It was citrus fruits because vitamin C wasn't identified until, like I said, 1920s or 30s, somewhere in that vicinity. So, yes, it was citrus fruits. They didn't need to know that it was actual. We know that it's vitamin C now. We know the mechanisms and everything detailed. But back then we didn't. It was just citrus fruits and vegetables. Right? You guys follow? Hopefully everyone's following that. Yeah, hopefully. So, I don't know. Let's see where this goes.
You know, something, just as an example, you know what I mean? I was talking about something else.
Do you want me to answer?
Yeah, absolutely, please.
Yeah, if you want to, you can, like with magnetism, you can hold the vitamin C constant and see if you induce the effect by varying something out.
Yeah, but what he was saying, Nathan, was it was citrus fruits. I know it's difficult to follow because we're jumping time periods, and this definitely has some time period issues, right? With the premise and the conclusion. So this is a little bit confusing to the audience, most likely. Hopefully not. I think you guys kind of understand where I'm going with this.
Counts.
Oh, we already proved it.
Yeah. Sorry, did you say we already proved it? The thing that you've claimed I'm a scammer for saying?
But he's... No,
Yep,
I'll let it go.
In your little realm, you already said we proved it. Why would we continue testing?
You just said
why
we
would
proved
hold
it.
vitamin C?
No, you just said we proved it.
Holy shit!
Well, he was saying
so
by your stand.
I think that's what they did back in the day. Once they figured out it was citrus fruits, that it was pretty much immediately cured. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, it was pretty much, it was really quick. Now, like I said, they didn't know it was exactly vitamin C. They just knew it was citrus fruits and vegetables.
Standard,
Fucking
Nathan.
loser.
That's what you are. The head honcho, fucking loser.
I'm trying to clarify. I'm trying to clarify to come in the middle.
You know he's not this dumb. You know
from the dumbest motherfucker I think for at least the person that's proffered the dumbest motherfucking statements I think I've ever heard in rapid succession back there.
I think I don't think it's a matter of dumb. I just sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's dumb. Really, like stone cold dumb fuck.
Sometimes I honestly believe there's cultural differences.
Cultural differences? What the fuck does that mean? I ain't gonna go there.
Be honest with you, I think there's cultural differences.
This isn't cultural. This is empirical. When you detail logic, that's not anything to do with culture.
Well,
that's logic.
Absolutely, I agree with that. But in the way that we communicate these things to each other, and I think sometimes it gets lost in translation. I really do.
No, I agree.
I
That's
mean,
a failing on my part.
just-
I will concede that. That's a complete failing on my part. For the last 4 years, I've failed to educate Jeran on how scientific method is empiricism incarnate.
That's not your failure. He's just a dumb fuck.
What it is. It only can prove things. But he still goes around calling me a scammer, saying, because I say science proves, when really vitamin C might not cause scurvy tomorrow, according to him. That's reasonable, according to him. I think it's very unreasonable, and I'd like a concession. He's just said, we can prove it, and then said, no, that's actually not what I'm saying. So, okay.
Can we maybe try?
Wow.
Is
Since
scurvy...
this is such a contentious...
now I'm getting interrupted by the mods. Now I'm getting interrupted by the mods. Literally getting interrupted by the mods.
Oh, let's take a break. Let's see if there's anyone still out there. It's been a while. I've stuck with this. Oh boy. Oh, we got another super chat. Nitro Michael Macau. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. What do we got going out there? We got a few people in here tonight. Go, let's start the rally. Hey, Twitwit, what's up? You still out here? All right. Haven't seen you in a coon's age. You know what? And I say that to you all the time because you take long. Do you take really long vacations? Must be nice to have cash, man. Because I always tell you that I haven't seen you in a coon's age. Yeah, we're all here. All right. I just wanted to take a break. We've been going for some time. We're at 2 hours again. Just time's just flying, man. And I'm still smoking hot. Not in that sense, actual hot temperature hot, even though I am hot in another sense. You know, never mind. You know what, though? I am out of ice again. So give me 1 minute. All right. Smoke them if you got them. Into the break. Thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Oh, for the target for the arrows. Yeah, I may need that. All right, what else is going on? You guys want me to get back on task? Yeah, I went to get some ice. Didn't they tell you? You guys got to be sharp. You got to listen. We'll get back on task here in a second. Just give me a break. Give me a little bit of time to stretch and stuff. You could develop really bad posture at computer desks. You know what? It did go away, Divergent Thanks. Yeah, it did. No headache. Shockingly, this was the cure. Really turned the tables on me. So let me get this straight. So when I start to sprout a headache, I just listen to dumb fucks? Is that what you're saying? I don't know if that's true or not. I have not, Alex, I have not talked to Robert Pisano in a good while, so I do not know that, sir. I don't know how he's doing. What do you mean not vitamin C? Alark87, what do you mean not vitamin C and you're laughing out loud? Be hyper specific. I'll tell you what, my legs are starting to cramp up, man. I think I need a new chair. Getting friggin' deep vein thrombosis in this damn thing. Oh, Alaric, are you having a conversation with somebody else about that? Maybe I nudged in there where my nose shouldn't have been. That's a possibility. Especially with chat. You know, we have another show tomorrow. That'll be 3 shows in a row because we got QE Live tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow. A banana for leg. You know what? I've been leaning away from bananas for a while, so I can get potassium in other foods. I don't know. The bananas just haven't been agreeing with me. Yeah, Robert's good, man. I kind of miss him. I like the sense of humor. Okay. I guess you had enough of my nonsense. Let's get back to this. Hopefully this is going to end sometime soon. It looks like we got it. I don't think we're going to make it the whole way, man, because we're at 2 hours and 13 minutes. I don't think we have to make it the whole way. We'll see. I'll make the call. We'll see where we end up.
The mods now, the ones that are supposed to be saving Jeran's interruption from me. I'm getting interrupted by the mods now. So, Jeran, do you believe that it is not proven that the lack of vitamin C causes scurvy? Is that not
Never
proven?
said that.
Yes, you did. It's implicit with your previous statements. You dumbass. You don't have to explicitly say something for its implicit meaning to be shit all over your face. Yeah, I bet you don't understand that, right? You figure you have to explicitly say it. No, from the actions of what you told him with I even went and got a cup of water and some ice, talk with the wife. I still realize that what you said before basically boils down to you explicitly meaning what Nathan just said. Explicit or implicitly. Did I say explicitly? I meant implicitly. But I know you don't understand that.
So it is proven. So that is proven then. So is it proven or not?
Yeah, is it proven or not? Exactly. Way to go, Nathan. Yep.
100%.
He already said that it wasn't. He's going to get in. Let me go back. Let me pull a 5 or a J. Let's go back.
Vitamin C causes scurvy. Is that not
Never
proven?
said that.
So it is proven. So that is proven then. So is it proven or not?
He's talking right through Nathan. continuously. You diarrhea, vomit of the mouth. Just a pathetic punk. Clown.
100%?
100%. Yeah, proven means, like again, here we go again. This numpty dipshit thinks that prove or proven is in degrees and truth is in degrees. You can't make this shit. That's how dumb he is. He thinks that this is a rebuttal. Look at him. Clown fuck.
What? 100% what?
I'm asking you, is it you're saying proven? Are you mean to a level of 100%?
Yeah, that's what proven means, 100%. It's implicit. You hear that? You need to look up what that term means. It's implicit with the word. Dumb fuck.
Or to 99.8?
Oh, brother.
100% empirically validated. Do you believe that vitamin C and the lack thereof is not the cause of scurvy?
It could be other things as well.
There you go. So, therefore, then you would have to show. Right? He would have to show. He's all over the null hypothesis. Right? It's implicit with that statement. You're done.
So you suggest that if you hold a man's vitamin C constant,
yes,
the level, you can induce scurvy by some other means then?
Yes.
Sure, maybe.
Yep.
Okay.
No, that's a contradiction. Sure, maybe is a married bachelor. It can't be sure maybe, you fucking idiot. Do you know what sure means? All right, let's see what sure means. Let's see. Cambridge Dictionary. Sure, meaning certain without any fucking doubt. No doubt, having no doubt, firmly established, steadfast, you're through. Sure, maybe. I got to write that. I got to remember that. So we got sure, maybe. Dumb fuck.
That's what you think?
Never off the table.
Okay. I'm sure the medical profession are enamored and you will be hired immediately, Jeran.
So,
he's going into convulsions. Did you see him? Let's pull it, Fiverr. Watch him. Watch his nonverbal.
Immediately, Jeran.
Nathan.
What you gonna shit out now? You know he's gonna shit something out.
Does vaccines?
Here we go. We told you. Now we're on vaccines.
Cure polio.
Dude, vaccines. Unbelievable, dude. Red herring fallacy, irrelevant diversion. Straw man fallacy, he never made that claim. And an all or nothing fallacy. You got the trifecta, the triple crown, right after the friggin' nervous breakdown. The spasms. What a clown you are. Like I said, folks, just making shit up. Throw it at the wall, see if it sticks. That's it. You're finished. I realize that's redundant at this point.
I'm not here to talk about vaccines. I'm talking about empirical
but you're here
hypothesis.
to talk about scurvy.
But that's not vaccine, dumbass. Goodness gracious.
You brought it up, not me. I didn't bring that up. I didn't bring that up. You did.
Here we go now. Verbal, projectile, vomiting of the mouth. Right? Just straight projectile diarrhea of the mouth.
You just told me the scientific, the medical world, they proved it. Okay, the medical world also proved that your rubella and mumps shots.
Now we're going on to the MMR. He's become unhinged, folks. That's how easy it was.
Are needed and healthy for your baby.
Yeah, I'm not
believe
here to
that?
talk about medicine in that regard. You
Oh,
brought
of
up
course you're not. Of course
scurvy.
you're not. You're not
I
going to talk about
used
anything
it.
that disproves you, of course.
How does that disprove scurvy? Where he just nailed you down. You're gonna have to show some other means of how scurvy is caused. That's what you're gonna have to do. Dumb fuck. And this feeble diversion is not gonna save you. I just identified it. Everyone knows.
Of course you're not.
Okay, if you want
This
to
is the thing.
scattergun me,
You have
I'm
to
done
stick
here.
to such a ridiculous, rigid, fucking
Here goes the color commentary. Pulling out his ass again.
nonsensical opinion of science where you're like,
There's no opinions of science. That's fucking stupid.
A is B. Yeah, that's
A plus B. Do you think A plus B is science? Like I said, he needs to be institutionalized.
called logic. And with mathematics, we can have actual proof. 1 + 1 will equal 2.
Oh, so we can have actual proof in mathematics, but not in reality. Need Anthony to come in here with his 5 apples again and give him the treatment. Unbelievable, man.
Today, tomorrow, and for all time. It can never change. Nothing about reality.
Prove that's 100%, right? You're busted again. Just with that train wreck statement. You don't realize it, though.
Science, discoveries, experimentation.
The proving, scientific proof?
Can ever offer that kind of proof. Ever.
There you go. He just conflated, and it's just a train wreck of convoluted, nonsensical drivel that train wrecks himself. It's every other breath at this point. Wow, dude.
Period. If you can't see that, you're
we can see it, and my audience can see it because I identified it for them if they couldn't see it before.
Scammer.
So I'm a scammer if I don't accept that tomorrow vitamin C and the lack thereof might cause scurvy.
Oh, sorry about that, folks. Let me jay that.
Period. If you can't see that, you're a scammer.
So I'm a scammer
if you can't see that, you're a scammer.
Don't accept that tomorrow vitamin C and the lack thereof might cause scurvy.
Didn't say that. That's called a straw man.
No, it's not. It's implicit in your comments. We've already been down this road 4 fucking times in the last 3 minutes. I'm not doing it again. You're a fucking retard.
Not a straw man. It's your example you gave me.
Yeah, it is. It's all you got is a straw man.
No,
you made up
gave
that.
me.
No, all you had was a straw man when you went off onto your friggin' MMR and polio shit.
Not my argument.
You gave. Yes, it is.
It wasn't his argument either, but that didn't stop you.
You gave me that example. It was your
Again,
example.
another contradiction. It's like projection. It's not like it. It is projection.
No, I didn't give that example.
Yes, you did.
I never said that we would find something that is different tomorrow about scurvy and vitamin C.
Yes, you did.
So it's proven
implicitly.
that vitamin C.
Yeah, right. Stay on him, Nathan. Yeah.
The lack thereof causes scurvy. It's proven.
Sure, as much as things.
Sure. No, there's no doubt. We just went over the definition of sure. He doesn't know what just simple words mean.
Can be proven. Yeah.
As much as so tomorrow, it's a possibility. Then, if it's as much as it can be, and it might.
He's got him cornered again.
Change. You're suggesting that tomorrow, the lack of vitamin C, if you deprive a man of vitamin C, it won't cause scurvy because it might change tomorrow. Then, by your logic.
Yep.
We could find out tomorrow that vitamin C is actually a collection of 3 different things.
Would it still be vitamin C? Let's see.
And out of those 3 different things, only one of those things is actually the cause of scurvy.
So vitamin C has 3. Now you're just going to conjure from that walnut-sized piece of horse shit between your ears that vitamin C has 3 parts. Isn't it still vitamin C?
The lack of that one thing. So it's
the one thing on vitamin C. Okay? It's still vitamin C, though.
No longer proof that vitamin C is included in that.
Why? Because it is proof because it's still part of vitamin C, what you said. You dumb fuck.
Now we have to remove that, say, it's actually 3 things. This is vitamin C. This we're going to call vitamin C1. This is we're going to call
vitamin C1. What is it? Vitamin C2?
C2.
Yeah.
It's vitamin C2 that does it.
It's vitamin C2. folks. What an ass clown, man.
That's why science always progresses.
That's why science always been, boy, that was perfect. That was a perfect therefore. That's why science always progresses, because of vitamin C 1, 2, and 3. Makes perfect sense.
If we lived like you do, we wouldn't progress.
If we lived like he does. What do you mean live? What does living have to do with anything? It's just, it's incoherent drivel. No connections. All non sequitur. All of it.
Yes, at all.
Through proof that vitamin C, or the refinement of vitamin
Because none
C2
of it
in
would
that
be
instance would be further proven more empirically to have a more refined definition of what the cause was by proving it.
Like vitamin C.
By continuing to do systematic experimentation, you're saying?
Yeah, but I'm the one who says to continue doing systematic experimentation. You told somebody on
Yeah, oh, we're back to this again. Oh my God.
your show the other day that why would you do anything else? It's
Do you have that, by the way? How many times you ask him for that?
been proven. It's you don't need to touch it again. You don't need to go there anymore.
That's right. So yes. So by example, I don't need to now start messing around with people's vitamin C content just in case the lack of vitamin C might.
Exactly. This is one of those cases where you don't got to muck with it. Yeah, it's over. It's final. It's proven. 100%.
Not cause scurvy. It's been proven. We can pretty much just give people vitamin C and make sure they have it in their bloodstream, and then they won't die of scurvy because it's been proven. Something you say I'm a scammer for saying.
Yes.
No. What are you going to do now?
It's not been proven.
It's not been proven. That's his response. Dumb fuck.
So it's not been proven that the lack of... Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. Don't do it to him again. We've already had it like 4 times in a row. We get it, Nathan.
So you were ranting earlier about he can't be this stupid. Jeran is this stupid. He's saying...
Yep.
Contradictory in circles, round and round. With
oh, you're not going to be able to talk on this one, man. He's not going to let you talk. No way.
Interruptions when I summarize how badly he's contradicting himself, that tomorrow the vitamin C and the lack thereof...
See what I mean?
Needed for my
won't
son.
cause scurvy.
Human beings tell me, human beings have said that scientifically...
Human beings have said scientifically, like that has anything to do with the topic. Nothing. It's non sequitur.
Tylenol is helpful.
Oh, now he's on Tylenol. I mean, I don't know. What's next? Shaving cream?
Your headaches.
That's a good.
But it's not. It's what?
That's another straw man. Red herring fallacy.
Red herring.
Ah, good job. And a straw man.
Why?
Why? Because it's a relevant diversion. He never made any claims about Tylenol. That's why.
Because I'm talking about hypothesis construction with an example you gave.
Okay, that was the example.
Yeah, remember scurvy? Remember that one that you regurgitated about, I don't know, 18, 20 times already?
I gave you. You want to do a different one?
I don't need to. I've already had you affirm several...
Let's ask this. Hold on.
Is that a question I'm going to answer? Was it rhetorical?
No, yeah, this is rhetorical. So
this is rhetorical. So
this one I want you to answer.
He doesn't know what rhetorical is. Or did you mean the previous one was rhetorical and this one isn't? That's possible. I'll cut him some slack on that.
If Oakley is correct in his assessment that science does prove things, then I'm going to ask him, what things has science proven so far?
The lack of vitamin C causes scurvy. Oh, boy.
Far you've given us 2.
Those were your 2 examples that you proffered during this show. All we need is 1 to debunk your dumb ass. That's already happened a long time ago.
If heat, water boils, and if lack of vitamin C, scurvy happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're finished.
I don't need any more. When you claim I'm a scammer for saying science proves, when you've...
Just all I needed was one thing. Dumb fuck.
confirmed that science has proven things. That's all I need,
You can
Jeran,
keep
to
saying
prove
that
that
if you
you're
want.
wrong
You're making
and
that
that
up.
you're
You
unjustified.
realize that-
But no, you're making shit up. He's demonstrated it. You're the one making shit up. You're projecting.
I've
calling me a
never said
scammer.
that. And I don't
And
feel
it's
that way.
obvious that when I highlight my point that it's not justified to call me a scammer for saying that science proves, when you give 2 examples of things that it's proved, that just makes you wrong.
No, I
and
gave you 2
unreasonable.
examples of things you said it proved, not that are proven.
Yeah, they are.
That proved, not that are proven.
Yeah, but so you're telling me science was involved in the discovery that heat causes water to boil?
Science was involved? No, people using the scientific method, definitely. Yes. You bet your ass.
No, it's just a dumbed down example for you specifically.
Okay, so then if that's a dumbed down example, I'm asking for a real world example. Give me one.
Let me think. The lack of vitamin C and scurvy.
Hypothesis that you gave was perfectly acceptable with
Yep.
vitamin C and scurvy.
Yep.
That's your second proof that science is done. I want another one.
Why? That one debunks you. That's it. It's over. Don't need another one. Got tons of other ones. You ain't gonna understand them. Shit, it's pretty easy with vitamin C and scurvy. You want me to bring up something more complicated? Don't hold your breath.
You need more to, when you claim that by saying science proves I'm a
No, I
scammer,
disproved
I'm just
both
answering
those.
you.
I've already
He's disproved both of those. He has disproved that heat causes water to boil and vitamin C, or the lack of vitamin C, causes scurvy. He said he has just disproved both of those. Did you do it scientifically? Now, did you disprove them? 98.9765 BR549%? You're a dumb fuck.
disproven both those.
Yep.
So tomorrow, lack of vitamin C won't cause scurvy because Jeran's right.
Here we go again.
You keep missing the point. I'm saying not today. I'm saying in the past. Let's go back to
Oh my God. People, this is getting a bit too much. I mean, we've been going round and round in circles. I mean, there's only so much I could take.
years.
We
We're
don't have
out
a
on
time
ships,
machine.
we're
I'm
doing
really
all this
sorry.
stuff.
I
What?
can't do that.
What do you mean?
I don't have a time machine.
Okay, we're gonna pretend. You ever pretended before?
Yeah, because you're a pretender clown fraud. You have many times. Like all the time? Yes, pretended. You betcha.
No, I don't like doing that. I just like showing people that they're
Of course
wrong
you don't.
with their own
Right,
words.
of course you
So
don't,
when
because
you
they
give me an
pretend and we go
example,
back in time, then it's exposed that
He's Doc Browning you again, Nathan.
the people back then may have not known what we know today.
no, that's
so they
right. That's
could've
correct.
not-
They didn't. Then they
Right.
formulated a scientific prediction and varied their presumed cause to validate it empirically.
And are you saying they could never have been wrong about that presumed cause?
No, because when they gave him citrus fruits and vegetables, 3 to 5 servings a day, that cured scurvy. It's simple.
They could either validate their null, which would be to say if they vary something and it doesn't cause the effect, then they validate their null.
Okay, so
So
if
do you-
we thought that the
add-
waterfall,
Well, one quick question.
Oh, well, we're back with the rocks and the waterfalls, people. What's this? 20? We're going well above 20 times for each of these.
Jeran, do you understand that if you validate your null, you're also proving something? You've proven
Oh, this is a good point. I wonder if he catches this. Make your wagers.
that statement true.
sure, I've already said that
Sure. So that's no doubt. We already went over the definition of sure, as in surety.
that is the case, but I've asked you, couldn't you be wrong about that?
What is the case?
Wrong about what?
Okay, so we talked about the heat. If my hypothesis was
Oh my God. Is he going to bring up that easy bake oven again? Lay down your bets. That's it. All bets are off.
and we're going back in time, not today,
Oh, we're going back in time. Oh, I should have let that play a little bit more. You're going to lose all your bets.
Because today I understand how ovens work and I understand.
Oh, shit. No, he got ovens in there. Oh, man. Too funny.
And that the heat transfer is different than when you have the fire underneath the pot. I get all that.
Do you get all that? Okay.
I'm saying go back in time. Let's say we see this boiling water at a hot spring.
If we're going back, are you saying that if we go back in time, how far back? Excuse me. When did they discover fire? Could somebody look that up?
We're like, what's causing that? Somebody says maybe it's ice. I say that doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't seem like the water's hot. Ice doesn't seem to be under there. I bet it's heat. We all agree we want to do a test. And so we keep trying to get water to boil, but
yeah, and we do, like, we put it over a fucking fire. Doesn't have to be a bonfire or anything. Just something reasonable, like a campfire or something. That damn water's boiling.
let's say
let's say that the temperature of water is 18,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
temperature to boil water was 600 degrees.
Oh, dudes, come on, man. I can't do this anymore. Let's see what you say. It's 4 more hours. Way to go, Rob. Yeah, 4 more hours. Jeez. Oh. Let's imagine. Yep. What if? Let's pretend. Oh, man. Where is the quantum mechanics bit coming? I know I ran past it, like I said, a couple days ago. I don't know where it is. You think it's coming up soon? So you're trying to tell me, you guys just been waiting for this part? The quantum mechanics part? Let's imagine we reach the end of this exactly. Can we imagine that right now? Yeah, good one. Good one, Paula. Yeah, right on time. Okay, you're saying it can't be much further? All right, I guess I can stick around then. All right. Where the heck is it? There it is.
And back 100 years ago, maybe we had a hard time getting the water to that temperature. So we keep trying, we keep varying and manipulating, as you say, the independent variable, which is the heat. We take it from candle to bonfire to a bigger fire till we do as much as we can at the time, and then it never boils the water. Maybe the vessel that the water's in is too thick to get the water hot. We don't know. We're just doing experimentation. We're just dumb humans. But then at the end of our
No, you're a dumb human.
experimentation, we would get to the end of that road and we would say, guess what? We've now proven the null because we took the varying and manipulating as far as we possibly could as human beings. And we didn't know that eventually down the road, they would invent some machine that can actually heat things up to a proper temperature, at which point we realized, oh, it was heat. We just weren't hot enough. This is the problem with all of science.
There is something that I've neglected.
This is the problem with all of science.
So my bad, it's my problem because I've missed out step 1 and step 2 that would address this. So if you
don't tell them,
you will indulge me, Jeran. I'd like to explain that now, if you will allow me.
Sure.
Okay. So in the case of the natural phenomena, the dependent variable, be it water boiling, the first step in the scientific method is to observe the natural phenomena occurring. Now, typically, when I detail the method, I leave out step 2, just to keep it really concise and clean. But step 2 is do background research. See if anybody else has done any experiments, if you like, beforehand. See if anybody else has done any research on the subject. See what information you can gather before you make your educated guess in your scientific prediction that's empirical and will only prove things. Before you do that, you see water boiling. Now, in your imaginary land going back in time where water will only boil at 500 degrees C, you wouldn't be observing that as a natural phenomenon if that was the case, because nothing naturally boils water in that way. So in this instance, the first thing you do is you see a boiling hot spring and go, well, that's a phenomena. I wonder what caused that. Then you suppose a cause of it. And because you've got close and gone, whoa, a bit hot, you might.
All right, let's do that. Let's just say that you went to the hot spring, right? And there were trees all around this hot spring. And then when you went to the hot spring, you seen leaves inside the water, right? And then you make the hypothesis that leaves are causing the water to boil. You see where I'm going with this? So then what are you going to do? Well, you're going to pull those leaves off that tree. Maybe you'll get that. You pull some of that water out of there, leaveless water out of there, right? Let it cool down. And then all of a sudden, like, put some leaves in that water and see if it boils. Now, when you put those leaves in there and it doesn't boil, have you just proven that leaves don't cause water to boil? Next block of instruction, how to sit down. Then point at a friggin' horse. Dumbass.
I guess it's heat that causes it. And then if you put a candle on underneath, I'm not trying to be facetious, but if you put a candle underneath, it wouldn't replicate the experience that you had when you observed the natural phenomena in the first place. So your educated guess is going to have a bearing on what you manipulate. And in this instance, although it's not quantitative versus qualitative that I'm highlighting here, it's just that you'll have a good idea of how much heat in this instance you might want to apply, because when you test your hypothesis, your aim is to ascertain the cause. You're trying hard to prove it, not putting a candle underneath or putting an extra thick crock pot to not
would
prove
you say
it.
this, Nathan? Nathan, would you say that a person could make a mistake because they're fallible and they didn't know to the level?
Oh, you're an idiot. This doesn't have anything to do with people making mistakes. It's set out in the hypothesis test, you dumbass cracker. Oh, hey, folks, I'll be back in a minute. Give me a minute. All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. Here we go.
That they needed to go to prove it. So again, if you would you admit that could happen, or are you going to admit?
Yeah,
or are you
of
going to
course.
say
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
So if
I'll
that
concede.
happens, Nathan, now we're on the same page now. If that happens, then that person would think they proved the null, and they'd be incorrect.
Yeah,
correct.
And as I say, that happens all the time. People make errors, and you're right. But embedded in the process, that's why I kept on affirming systematic experimentation. Yeah,
right.
Somebody could have formulated an invalid hypothesis to begin with. That's absolutely the case. Yeah, people are fallible.
So when are you going to how are you going to make the decision that somebody didn't make a mistake? How are you going to be the determination?
Well, what do you mean you going to be the determination? Well, I went over this before. We're circle jerking back to this horse shit. Nah, I'm not saying it again. Fuck off.
And so we have to trust. Hold on, I'm talking. So we have to trust Nathan Oakley's opinion of the experiment before we call it proof, because they could have.
I just hope one of your followers parrot your nonsensical horse shit. That's what I hope. And they're gonna come back to you with their asshole ripped through their throat and say, "What, Jeran? What happened?" That's all I can hope for.
Could have gotten it wrong, but the fact that somebody could get it wrong isn't evidence enough for you to realize that we could never assume that everybody got everything right.
Don't assume anything. You do it yourself. You can validate hypotheses.
What if I'm wrong
yourself.
as well? What if I'm wrong as well?
I was talking.
Okay, cool for you.
You just told me off when I affirmed. I just said, yeah, agreed with you, and you told me off. Now I'm doing the same back. Good for me. Yeah, just don't interrupt. It's easy. That's right. Systematic experimentation would mean that you pass it off to others who are independent of you, that don't just assume that you've got it right. They do it themselves with their own setup to validate it. So absolutely not. You don't trust that everybody's just done the experiment right and that that's where the process ends. It's done systematically. So step one, like I was trying to go through a second ago, observe natural phenomena. Typically not mentioned on my show because it's not as concise. Do some research. You know, get close to the hot spring that's boiling so that you go, oh, it's quite hot. Might not be able to achieve that with just a candle. Anyway, then you do step two, formulate a hypothesis. If I vary the heat, then I will induce the effect. That's your alternative. And if I vary the heat, it won't induce the effect. So that when you vary the heat, it either induces the effect or doesn't. Now, if you're saying I didn't do enough of the variation, then yeah, you will, in your mind, have affirmed the null when you haven't. Because someone else could come along and suppose the exact same cause, but get a positive result. But all that means is you had a fault in your experimental setup, not that you validated the null, because the validation, I'll just say it once more, I'm nearly there, requires systematic experimentation, not just one.
Okay, so at what point in a test or experimentation can we now call it proof?
When it's
within reason, dude. Now, it depends. Like I said, you got to get specific. You can't use this vague horse shit. Give a specific thing. Each one may be different. It just depends on a lot of different factors, but a lot of this is common fucking sense. You don't leave common sense out where the toilet is. Right? You know, reasonability. Dumb fuck. Wow.
It's been done systematically and systematically ruled out.
Well, more of the repeatability part. That's what we're when other people do the experiment. Right? Many other people do the experiment.
Every single time someone applied heat to water, it never boiled under any circumstances. Every single time they did it, they never induced the effect. Then, through systematic experimentation, you prove the null. And like you said earlier, you understand that you could prove that it... Just let me just get an affirmation from you.
I got your story up to the point where you say we proved it because we did systematic experimentation. But what if the temperature, the boiling point of water, was beyond our ability?
Oh my God. I'm losing the will to live. You are such a dumb fuck. I wonder how many times I've called in these two treatments, I've called him dumb fuck. Make your wagers.
To get there. So they would have never reached that conclusion that you claimed. They would have proved the null when it wasn't correct.
Then nobody would have a kettle.
Yeah, this is an example. Okay,
you asked me what would happen. What do you want? You asked me what would happen if we didn't figure out that the application and variation of heat caused water to boil, because water boiling was...
Back to reality. There, dumb fuck.
Beyond its current boiling point, therefore we never discovered it. Life would be very different. For one example, we'd have no kettles. What do you want me to say?
The whole point, man. You're missing the point. Because I'm only using these two because these are your two examples that you have. This is all you have. Name one other.
His two.
if you, this is what you said. You said it's a scientific method. Only a scientific test only proves things. Okay, if that's all it does, then you better have more than 2 things.
No, all we need is one to disprove you, and we did that many hours. Well, not many hours, about an hour ago on this one. Yep, and you agreed. You confirmed it. Correct twice. You're through.
That it's proven. That's it. 2 things. And guess what? It didn't prove anything to do with the heat causing water to boil.
Gotcha.
That was discovered. Science is supposed to uncover hidden things.
Please let me agree. Okay,
Science is supposed to uncover hidden.
Science is supposed to uncover hidden things. Citation, please. Simple citation. Let's see it. You won't ever find it because it doesn't fucking exist.
I agree.
Not things that are obvious.
Yes, I agree. So
you shouldn't agree.
When you suggest that only 2, if you're going to suggest that you have got 2 results where 2 people put candles under crock pots and they didn't get the water to boil, we shouldn't just use that to affirm the null. That's right, because I wouldn't call that systematic.
So then what did the test do? I thought the test only proves things.
It does. It either proves the null or it proves the alternative.
Hold on, but what did it do in the case that you just talked about? You
it
said
was
that
an
2 people...
incompetent experimenter. They had a flaw in the experiment.
Right.
Am I going to answer you, or are you just going to chant through me? What's the deal?
Know when somebody's
he's gonna fucking chant through you.
You.
Great, you answered.
No, I got interrupted immediately.
Man, the whole thing about the interrupting thing is such a cry.
You brought it up.
The whole thing about the interrupting thing, when you're interrupting, you're such a crybaby. He is a fucking child. How many times? A petulant child that got her ass spanked. That's it. End of.
It was one of your first points.
Keep crying.
You were crying about it. It was one of your first points you brought up. You cried about it.
Yeah, I was telling you why I don't watch your show.
Yeah, because like you're doing to me now.
You said that you did watch his show. And then that you didn't watch his show, then you did, then you didn't. Good job.
Interrupt people?
Yeah, well, people don't have to watch this. This is not my show.
Right. So your scummy behavior that you're demonstrating now is the reason you don't watch my show, because of how you're behaving now. I gotcha.
Yeah. Got it.
Yes.
That's called projection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yep. Okay. Just like a fucking child. They just got their ass spanked. They got to get the last word in, right? Pathetic. How's that for a plosive, Nathan? Pathetic.
Yes, okay. Scummy behavior from a scumbag.
Yep.
Stop projecting your nasty behavior when you mute me.
Imagine I had a mute button and I just kept muting you and calling you stupid and saying you're an asshole and you're an idiot, and I just kept muting you. Is that fair?
He doesn't do that. That only happens after he's demonstrated the person that came with their fuckwit argument, like you, has exhausted all reason. And they fly off the fucking handle. But you just say superficial. You use the mute button, Nathan, like fucking idiot baller. Because that's where you got it from, right? Do you think that carries any weight? You fucking clown. You do, don't you? Do you think your subscribers think that carries any? I think they do, because each one of your subscribers are dumber than you are, and you're a stone cold dumb fuck. Take that. And that's been substantiated the whole way through here. I'm sure any video with you on it, we can tear apart to just the shreds of your fuckwittery. I should have DX'd your ass in 2017 when I had the opportunity. 2 flat earthers dissuaded me. That's my cross to bear. Your charter's been, I'm gonna fucking make up for it. Your charter's been revoked. Revoked. You're through. You're finished. Flat earthers, You better do something about this. Tell you that much.
That's what you are doing. You're talking through me, and now you're calling me an asshole and stupid.
Oh, I said if. You can't even have a conversation with somebody. You're like, impossible. There's no, I mean, I don't know. I want to say
Pure projection. Now he's going to start mumbling.
rude things.
Yep. How's those crayons doing down there? Retard.
It's just, this is miserable because anybody else I have a conversation with
Anecdotal fallacy.
is a rational mind. And they'll take what I'm
You got to prove that shit. You got to prove they have a rational mind.
saying and go, oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
You got to show an example of that's a good point, whatever that point may be. I don't know what it would be. I mean, I wouldn't trust you if you told me the air pressure in your fucking tires on your tricycle.
I see what you're saying. That how could we ever say something is proven?
How could we say something is ever proven?
If you're saying that sometimes the experimenters
If you're saying sometimes, this is fucking idiot.
make mistakes which affect the results. Therefore, how are you?
They don't make mistakes. They just got a mistake in their experimental design because it takes biases and puts that shit off to the side. Now, we're going to be able to find that shit out when they publish it, or if we're back 300 years ago, maybe, I don't know, 800 years ago, before pen and paper, before they could write this shit down, they just had smoke signals, right? We can evaluate what they've told us, and we can see that they're dumb fucks, right? So, but these days, all we do is look at the materials and methods section of the scientific paper. I'll bet you, I'll guarantee you have never evaluated actual scientific research or scientific experiment in your life. Guarantee that shit. So in these days, fast forward till today, that's where you go. Materials and methods section and just start ripping it up. Because most of them are a joke. But I digress. I'm sorry. I'm ranting. Let's get back with this.
You ever going to claim that the experiment has been done perfectly with no mistakes? That means that we then have to depend on you to be the arbiter of all truth. And I'm not going to give that to you. So I'm going to assume that.
Just give it to me. Just send them to me. Whether it be a paper or they're writing it down in text, just send it to me. I'll evaluate it. I'll give you an answer in 10 minutes. When I read through it, I'll give you an answer in 10 minutes every fucking time. And I will point out, number 1, ABC, 2, ABC, why it's fucked up, or if it's golden. Okay? Clown.
In any case, there's a possibility that we're wrong. And by doing
back to wrong, this is a non sequitur category error.
Doing that, I will always be ready for the next bit of evidence to come forward.
Evidence? What is evidence? Remember from yesterday? Evidence is proof. So you're ready for the next bit of proof. The 100% kind? You're a dumb fuck.
I will never shut the door on something. I will never say, nope.
You'll never shut the door on your numpty dipshittery. I don't think you can shut the door. I think there's lower lows that you can reach.
It's been proven now. We don't need to look at it ever again because
it's been proven now. Like I said, it depends on what you're talking about. So don't send me any. Just shut the fuck up.
Science is the ever progressing attempt at getting as close as you can to the truth.
Citation, please. I want to see citation for that. You think it's ever going to come? No, because it doesn't exist. He just made it up. He shits it from his Nancy fag boyfriend. That's where he got some of these skills. I wouldn't be surprised. I know I'm just speculating here. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised that if some of these fuckwit arguments are from him. Wouldn't shock me at all. Dumb fuck.
That's what science is. And the scientific method is the only way, the best
Sure, that's what science is. That's what science is. Sure. Citation, please. We'll be waiting.
way that we have to empirically
Look up. Empirically, just make shit up now to I'll bet you he doesn't know what empirical is. How much you want to bet? I'll bet the fucking farm right now. Is that asshole in chat? Let's go back. Jeran fucktard. Are you in chat? I'll bet you are. I want you to define empirical right fucking now. In the next 10 seconds. Now, let me give you 20. Give your slobber nurses enough time to write it down for you. Empirical. You used it. You better own up to that shit. Hey, James Richard, welcome back, man. I need more super chats, so good to see you again. What do we got here? From Unitox Femu, what's up? Penicillin discovered by accident after boiling. Thanks, Unitox Femu, appreciate it. Elvis Kafurovic. I probably butchered the shit out of that. Use science when playing hide and seek. You can use scientific principles with hide and seek, but it's not natural science. James, like I said, James Richard, that's the first one I seen. Love thy enemy and pray for them. That's a tough one for me, James, but point taken. Nitro Mikkel, James Richard, best voice in FE. Yep. James has been around, dude. I ran into James right near the beginning, so he's been here a good long time. All right. Do I have any? Thanks for those super chats, gentlemen. I'm looking for Jeran's definition of empirical. He's not going to give it up. Kim Hopkins, you even own Witsit's super chat as audit. Yeah, somebody told me that was shits at 60. I didn't realize that at the time. I was trying to get through all the super chats last night. Yeah, I didn't even realize it. So we're not getting the definition of empirical. Banta, you're on double secret probation, dude. You told me that we were getting real close to the part you were waiting for. Yeah. I forgive you, man. It's been painful so far. You just don't know where stuff is out there. I got you. Jeran into the break. Jeran says empirical is empirical does. Yeah. Not too many people know that definition, man. And I know that dumb fuck doesn't know it. But he used it, so I was going to hold his feet to the fire. Varying rocks. Yeah. You guys. All right, let's get back to it. Hopefully we're getting up to this quantum mechanics stuff. I can barely contain myself. All right, here we go.
Get as close as we can to that truth. And also, like you said.
So truth has varying degrees again. He's a dumb fuck.
By redoing experiments, we help clean up any kind of either bias, technically, or like mistake.
There is no bias in experiments. That's why the scientific method was created. You don't know what the scientific method is. You're clueless. Right? It has no bias in it. If somebody can point out the bias in the scientific method, please DM me. I want to see it.
Or incorrect application of a hypothesis. That's why we...
Incorrect application of a hypothesis, then the hypothesis is invalid. Everything stops right there. Everything after that is horseshit.
keep doing tests. But you're saying that today, but on your show.
Here we go. Circle jerking back to this again. This is all he's got. Are you going to produce that, whatever he said?
You tell people that once something is proven, it all stopped. We don't need to look at it again.
So are you gonna go ahead and post that? Perhaps. You said it like 18 fucking times.
So that's the difference between us two. I'm saying
no, the difference between you two is you're a dumb fuck and he's a part of the point of the spear. That's the fucking difference.
We would never reach that point. You're saying we reach that point. The other thing I'm saying is I thought it was you who taught me that science was and the scientific method is about the natural world.
Correct. Oh, correct. That'll be a subject that'll throw the fucking anti-flat earthers right into damn a Tourette coma. Yep, it's about the natural world. Why did he have to tell you that, by the way? Let's go back. Let's pull it, Jay. Let's hear it through.
I'm saying we would never reach that point. You're saying we reach that point. The other thing I'm saying is I thought it was you who taught me that science was and the scientific method is about the natural world. But on your
why would he ever have to teach you that? Wouldn't you know that? Just to know it? I mean, this isn't rocket surgery here. If he had to teach you that, you're a dumb fuck. Yeah. Let's go back 5. He's getting ready to the train wreck himself. I got that feeling. I'll let it go.
It was you who taught me that science was and the scientific method is about the natural world. But on your show the other day, you're telling everybody that if it wasn't for the scientific method and science, we wouldn't be talking on computers. You realize the difference between technology and science, right?
What are you going to lecture? You dumb fuck that wouldn't know what natural science was if it climbed up your arse and started kicking footballs wrapped in jalapeno lace concertina wire is going to put on an air like you know the difference? Yeah, we surely buy that, fucktard.
Yeah, as an outcome of the scientific method, you get technology following. So there's useful, practical, applied technology off the back of scientific discovery, in that case, semiconductors.
Correct. So isn't that what Bob Nodell was saying to you? That he was saying that there was...
No, that's not what he was saying to Nathan. He was talking about the Michelson-Morley experiment. And if you notice, folks, if you ever hear any of these fuckwits from this side, you don't hear from them too much. You know, they've changed their verbiage and they call it just the Michelson-Morley. They've dropped the experiment off of it because they got their asses handed to them every single fucking time they've said it. So I've been looking, it's been like ever since Nathan went on there, and that's a long time ago, man. How many years ago was that? Shit, that was before the Black Swan, so that was 2020. It had to be somewhere around 2018 or 2019, right? When all of a sudden you start seeing everyone or seeing and hearing everyone in this genre drop the experiment part of Michelson-Morley. I'd catch people, right, in various Discord chats, in VCs, and they'd say Michelson, and they'd hesitate, right? I used to snicker to myself, right, when it did Michelson-Morley, what? What was that? Michelson. Because they know as soon as they say experiment, it was their ass. They knew it. You can even check these guys today, man. Very few will add experiment to the end of that statement. Now, listen, I'm not dogging Michelson-Morley out. I'm not. I don't have anything against him and stuff. Only people that say that it was an experiment. If they say it was a demonstration, I'm fine with it. I'm good. It's good. It's fine. There's no problem. No issue. Right? You're talking about some really intelligent people there. Out of respect. Right? But I'm sorry. I digress. Back to the topic. No. What Nathan was trying to say was with Mickelson, Morley, and Sagnac with Bob on Globebusters, Bob would all of a sudden say experiment, right? And that word has a definite hard meaning. And they weren't experiments. So Nathan was trying his best to tell Bob and the panel who fucked everything up that it wasn't an experiment. And Bob agreed and such. And about 3 seconds later, he said the Sagnac experiment, pulled up a video, right? And that's not a fucking experiment either. So that's what happened. And then that's when it circled the drain and, you know, and then people started to pull experiment off the end of those statements. So that's what happened, dumb fuck.
Some things that have been determined that have turned into technology that we can use for experimentations, and you were
Yeah, some things have turned into technology that they can use in an experiment or experiments. You see, Bob and the rest of the dumb fucks over there were treating it as the natural phenomena. See, that's what you dumb fucks don't understand. See, the natural phenomena has to be natural. Right? Now, all experiments have man-made objects in them, or they wouldn't be experiments. Every single experiment ever devised has something man-made in it. Right? I know you don't get that because you made some clusterfuck statements about that. You and Shits at 60, who, by the way, was sitting beside me for 2 fucking years while I drug ball-tards around by their short hairs with these facts. And then turn around 8 months ago and told Brian, he's told many other people, that how is it an experiment? It's got a man-made device in it like your dumbass. Now, how do you explain that? Other than that you're pretender clown fucking frauds. You're dumb fucks. Now, I've gone off on many different tangents here. I forgot where you guys were at. So I'm going to pull 2 J's. All right, to get us back on course. Sorry about that, guys. It had to be said.
Method, you get technology following. So there's useful, practical, applied technology off the back of scientific discovery, in that case.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, those scientific experiments, the like interferometry and that stuff, there's no problem with that. I mean, that could be in the experiment, but it's not the natural phenomena. It's not the dependent variable, you fucking morons. That's what the problem was.
Semiconductors.
What did he say? Let me go back. I didn't hear it.
Technology off the back of scientific discovery, in that case, semiconductors.
Oh, he said semiconductors. I got that. You need to pick up your voice or your mic volume, because that was really low for me, unless it's me. It could be me. Let me turn it up just a little bit. Sorry about that, folks. Let's go back at Jay, and then we'll roll on from there.
Method, you get technology following. So there's useful, practical, applied technology off the back of scientific discovery, in that case, semiconductors.
correct. So isn't
That was still low, by the way. All right. Correct. So, okay.
that what Bob Nodell was saying to you? That he was saying that there were some things that have been determined that have turned into technology that we can use for experimentations, and you were
Yeah, no, that wasn't a problem. Nope.
telling him no?
No, that wasn't it. I just explained that. You're a fucking retard.
Isn't
No,
that
the
the
technology-
whole argument?
The technology isn't the science. The technology
Exactly. You got it. Yep.
is the technology. The science came before the technology
Correct. It
and
led to
proved
the
something
technology.
so that you
Shut the fuck up.
could use that proof to produce technology.
Okay, so what part of the natural world was discovered that led to computers?
The diffraction and the cause thereof.
Uh-oh, Banta. This is it, right? All right. I'll let it go.
In case the double slit experiment and quantum mechanics.
So the double slit experiment and quantum mechanics is what brought us computers?
Correct.
I gotcha. Now I know why you wanted or waited for that. All right, this is a reach. Right? Because the double slit, it wasn't an experiment back then. It was not Andrew Thomas Young. It was Thomas Young's or Young's double slit. It wasn't an experiment back then. It was a demonstration. I know it's titled Young's double slit experiment. It's not. It was just a demonstration. Right? That was in 1801. Now, that was sort of, kind of quantum mechanics related, because for the next 100 years, everyone thought that light was a wave, right? Because of Young's double slit demonstration. It wasn't until, that's why I don't want to see, quantum mechanics didn't start in 1801. It started with Max Planck 100 years later. So I don't, it would depend on what double slit demonstration, because most of those were demonstrations back then, would have to iron out and agree upon, okay, double slit demonstration or experiment, because it depends, right? There's many double slit demonstrations. They're not experiments. They're titled experiments, but they're not experiments. Why are they not experiments? Well, they don't have independent, dependent, and control variables in them. Fucking duh. Right? So you have to be hyper specific. Now, to say that the double slit demonstration is responsible, if you're talking about the 1801 demonstration with Thomas Young and semiconductors, I would say no. There's no connection. However, if you would say the double slit demonstration / experiments around 1900 to 1920, that was the beginning of quantum mechanics, brought to you by Max Planck. I mean, there's other players. I just don't want to attribute it to Max Planck, but Max Planck is the father of quantum mechanics. There's no fucking doubt about it. Then I would say it's a connection, because that's the start of quantum mechanics, and semiconductors is sort of the result of much knowledge gained in quantum mechanics to reach the semiconductor point, right? Mainly that Max Planck found that energy is quantized, hence quantum mechanics. That's where quantum got its name. That energy and matter is quantized. If you guys follow that. So, and they figured that out with actual spectroscopy. You know, the lines that you see, you know, when you know, you get emission from elements, you get those lines and shit. You know, it's not continuous spectra. They're distinguished, quantized lines. That directly led to the semiconductor industry, integrated circuits, all of it. So a connection, it's a little squirrely. Is that what you guys wanted? Let's see, because I've had enough of this horse shit, man. You know I have. We've been gone for over 3 fucking hours. Let's go back. Let's see if that suffices or I need to expand on that. James Richard, thanks for the next super chat. You have dropped a lot over the past couple days. People need to pick up your slack, man. So, empirical, adjective based on, concern with, or verifiable by observation or experience rather than theory or pure logic. Is there more to that? There has to be more to that, James. Has to be more than that. I can summarize empirical with observable, testable, repeatable, falsifiable. That's what it is. That summarizes. In fact, it's a summary of the scientific method. All right. Thanks, James. And everyone that super chatted tonight, appreciate that. My wife appreciates it more. I'll tell you that much. Banta, there's more that I think Nathan would appreciate being tutored on. Yeah, I'll talk to Nathan about it. I know where he was going with it. But I would say that I already said what I said, and that's what I meant. Yep. We're going to end it right here, guys, because I've had enough. And I've reached the point where everyone said to go to. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. I'm starting to get tired. Yeah, and resist. Yeah. It's all the integrated circuit. And I don't want to give too much of the ghost up here. Oh, boy. I'm still waiting for the ether tards. I'm waiting for videos outside of Intel, Broadcom, AMD, Taiwan Semiconductor, Qualcomm. I'm still waiting for the picket signs, the open-toed sandals, picketing the semiconductor industry and with signs saying, quantum mechanics is horseshit. I said that a long time ago, man. You guys didn't get it. I've been waiting to see those videos from the fuckwit etherites, but they haven't been coming. It's really fucking stupid, man. They're such pretender clowns. It's coming down on them, man. I told you there's a reckoning coming. It's coming. I only know the time. You don't. I'm not playing God or anything. Like he knows the time of the end. Don't even think that. Banta, let's do a chat on the relationship between computers and quantum mechanics. Another time that, there's no, the entire, do I want to get into this right now? It's the entire computer industry. And the whole fucking thing. The whole integrated circuit industry. All semiconductors, not only computers, cell phones, all transistors, which are semiconductors, by the way. All of that. All of it. All of it, man, is based on quantum mechanics. All of it. Duh. That's why I've been waiting for these ether fucking idiots be out there picketing, man. I haven't seen too many of those videos. I've been watching on the news and waiting for it, but it's just, I've been waiting for the past 8 months. It hasn't happened because I called for it 8 months ago. They don't have any conviction. You see, what they lack is constitution. Fucking morons. Thanks. See, James is getting in the act. I might have to stay alive for a little bit longer. I bet you are. He said, James Richard, super chat, I'm so anxious for the reckoning. Yeah, it's coming. All right, I'm not going to be a super chat whore out here. I'm not waiting for those. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Listen, I am not doing this again with on this video with Jeran. You know, it's been well past time for me to stop. Right, like about right from the beginning. Sorry. Right from, in fact, the first part when I did it today, the part that I screwed up and was on mute, the first part I did, we could effectively ended it right here. Like I said, these are just death throes that we had to go through. Not that they weren't important, but yeah, they weren't important. We could just go back to when Nathan put it to him with the alternative hypothesis and null hypothesis, and he agreed that science proved, or that either one, the scientific hypothesis, the alternative hypothesis, either that or the null hypothesis was proven. And he said, Jeran said correct 2 fucking times. It's over. I mean, did it more than that. It was about 8, 10, or 12 times over. It doesn't matter. All I need is those 2. It's over. Yep, he contradicted himself. Science can therefore not prove things and then hypotheses prove things at the same time. It's fucking a contradiction. Katsura, thanks, man. You pushed it up, man. Catching James slack. Thanks, Katsura. Look at this, Nitro. Now we're getting a fucking super chat frenzy. Honey! She might want me to stay alive for a little bit longer. I will endeavor to persevere. Yeah, it's tight out there, ladies and gentlemen. I know it. So if you're not super chatting, I got it. You know, it's no. I don't hold anything against you. Not for that stuff. But I appreciate everyone that has. All right. Anything we need to go over before I leave you guys? You don't have to super chat it. I can catch it. There's the chat's not flying by all that fast. Look at Phoenix Rising. Look at that shit. Thanks, man. Peace to you too. Thanks, man. Yeah. I had to get some Freon in the damn air conditioner. Not that it helped all that much. That stuff, let me tell you, dude, that stuff is expensive, man. And it's about to go off the market, by the way, if you're not aware of that. But this heat is the heat dome, for lack of a better term, on the top of us. This thing, it ain't bullshit, man. It's fun to heat. I walked out in the garage a couple hours ago. I said, oh, God. Like I said, it was torture almost. I said, get me the hell out of here. That's how hot it is out there, man. Just in the garage. Let's see what the temperature. Look at this. I'm staying live. The heck with it. Thank you, John. Appreciate that, man. Elvis says thank you. No problem, man. You're welcome. Katsura, glad I could help. That's what I'm talking about, James. Keep on piling on, man. But I told you I wasn't going out, but I did go out because the air conditioner guys came, and I wasn't prepared for them to come. It's a friend of a friend, and they were already out there, so I had to go outside. I walked out the door. I said, damn, man. I'm just getting old. I was out there in Louisiana back there in the 80s, dude. Yeah, I'll tell you, right down there in the swamps, that heat down there would smack you around. But I was a young man then. I could deal with it. That heat down there, that stuff would smack you. And the smell, I will never, ever, ever forget the smell of Louisiana. It's just got this certain, every time, and I went back to Louisiana, right? Because I was stationed in Texas for a long time, and I had to go back to Louisiana because I had to cover for someone that was going to an advanced course. So they said, well, why don't you go? I said, this is going to be different because I wasn't out in the wood line this time. I said, yeah, I'll go. Shit, I've been there before. And I went, and I could smell it right through the air conditioning vents. As soon as all these memories, because smell, right, brings back, it's really powerful, how would I say, flashback inducer. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? It just all come rushing back just by that smell. It has a very distinct smell. I'm not saying you guys in Louisiana stink. I'm not saying that. Don't take it personally. It just has a certain stench about it. I told my wife, too. I said, oh, my God, all those memories just came rushing back just from the smell. Shit, we weren't even close to the border yet. But, yeah, how the fuck did we get on this topic? Oh, yeah, I was fucking milking the super chats. That's right. What I do for my wife. So she'll get off my back. That's why I do it. Did it smell like Legionnaire's disease? You guys, I love the scent. I like where your mind's at, Raleigh. Yep, that's an old Leonard Skinner song. Ooh, that smell. Nah, I'm not gonna sing, man. I'm not gonna subject you to that shit. Yeah, we used to have, like I said, I was in the military down there. We used to take our equipment up to the wash racks, and after long field exercises, we'd take them back to the wash racks. Take them back to the wash racks. That's that Pennsylvania coming out to me. Take them back to the wash racks, and we'd have some leftover food, just stuff laying around, leftover MREs, and in the little, I don't want to call them lakes, they're like little reservoirs for the wash racks so we could get the water out. There was gators down there, and we'd throw our MREs down, just the whole package. Fuck it. Throw them over the fence, throw them down there to the gators, man. They used to go ape shit over them. Just ape shit. You could see them tearing them up. If you ever throw chickens inside a gator farm, I've been there too. Nacogdoches, Louisiana. Me and my wife went there. I didn't go there when I was enlisted. I went there as an officer. Me and my wife went there, or my wife and I went there. And they have these bridges over these small swamps. They have it all caged in, and you walk through them, and them fucking guys throw whole chickens out there for the gators, and it's just why the fuck did I even do that? Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I don't even know why I did. I was a lunatic back then. I didn't give a shit. That leads me to another story. Not long after that, I got really damn hungry, right? But we had it was like 65 miles back to base. But I needed something to eat. I didn't eat any of those chickens. The damn gators ate them all. So we were traveling on the way back. It was a Sunday. Right, and we were traveling on the way back, and we seen on the map we didn't have any GPS or cell phones back then. All right, we had the map that's in the corner, right on the passenger side. The passenger was the navigator. You had the book, right? You opened it up with all the maps on it. You guys remember that shit? Yeah. Anyway, so she pulled the map book out, and I'm trying to figure out, how far we got to go. And we seen a couple little towns on the way, and I'm saying, well, we need to stop for lunch, right? I almost got divorced on this trip, by the way, because when my blood sugar drops, I become an asshole. More so than you've ever seen. But anywhere we're going back in these towns, but on Sundays, all these restaurants in these small towns, they're fucking closed. They just close up. And I forget what time it was. It was right around lunchtime, but they don't open up for lunch. They open up for dinner. And we stopped in 2 towns, and my blood sugar was dropping precipitously. And my wife, I could see the look on her face. She was getting pissed at me. Right, because I started getting agitated, and we stopped at this one, and I fucking lost it because we went up to this restaurant, and they said they're closed. It was 1:30. We don't open up till 6. I thought that I was gonna rip the fucking door right off this restaurant. My wife wasn't having any of that shit, man. She's real docile, real corn-fed, Bible believing, and I'm just fucking losing it. But anyway, that is too funny. That brings back a lot of memories. You see how I can just go on and on? But anyway, the next town down, they did have a small restaurant. See, there's a point to this fucking story. Just hold on. There was a small town on the next stop, and I seen that I seen the open sign. I said, fuck it. I don't care if they're serving like rhinoceros assholes. we're going in there. I want one of those fried ones, right? That's how bad it was. But we go in there, and on there, I seen their entrees, right? And it had fried green tomatoes. And I said, fuck it, just give me those, right? And bring a whole shitload of them. And I'll tell you what, guys. Not that I was that, even when I wasn't that hungry after I ate a fucking metric ton of them, I was shocked how good they were. See, that's the point. We were getting the fried green tomatoes. You didn't even know it. But that's the point of this story. That's the moral of the story. If you've never had fried green tomatoes, I'll tell you what, you haven't lived. You're welcome, Lark. Yep, 87, thank you for your service. Yep, you're welcome. Yep, but that's the end of the story. I don't got any more stories. I'm not staying here any longer. I'm hot. The secret sauce, the secret's in the sauce. Yeah, that's you're right about that. But no, it's not only the sauce. You got to do the fried green tomatoes right too. You can't overcook them. Yes, sir. They're delicious. If you ever get a chance to have those, guys, make sure you do it. I do. Yeah. All right, listen, like I said, that's the end of the Jeran fiasco, this particular video. I'm sure you guys got the picture. It doesn't take a rocket surgery or a rocket surgeon to figure this out. He's a pretender clown fraud, period. Now, there's other videos that show him as a treasonous, treacherous traitor, right? But that's that. He's finished. Now, flat earthers, I'm going to tell you, you better do something about it. Him and Shits at 60, and I don't know if there's any other ones. I don't really pay attention to the other ones. Not that I pay attention to these two fucking idiots. But they're out there, and they're squawking. And that squawking time's coming to an end. If it's not their end, it's your end. How you like that twist? That's all I got to say about that for now. The reckoning's coming. You just have to wait on it. All right, guys. Tune in for the show tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Maybe we'll just talk about Jeran again. I don't know. We'll see where we're at. Betty promised that she'd be there. Help me out. I won't be all by me onesie. But it's not been fun because it's been so repetitious. You know, if it wasn't so repetitious, I think I'd like it a little bit more. But the repetition has just killed me. So let me shout out these super chats, man. I got to shut them up because they did send them to me. Banta, thanks for indulging. I'll try to remember better. You better, mister. Awesome. Lawson Clips, thanks. GG. Yeah. James Richard again, who's been just hammering away at it. If my girl is on my back, I quickly turn around. Is that what you do? That's good to know. And Nitro McCall, you've been pretty active too. I like the 33 you got. It's 3:33 here. Is it? Holy shit. Where are you at, man? You don't have to super chat that. Just put it in the chat. We'll have to wait. 3:33 here? Where the hell is that? Just put it in regular chat. You got to be way out there like Czechoslovakia or something. Did I guess it right? You probably left already. You probably super chatted me like 8 years ago. Because I was rambling. Roast someone. I'm not roasting it. I just roasted him. Who else you want me to roast? I know there's you're in London and it's 3:33. Let me see. Yeah? Let me see. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I should have caught that. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that lines up. Yep. All right, guys, I'll leave you with this. I appreciate all the super chats, man. Thank you very much. Let me leave you with this. And listen, we'll catch you tomorrow, man. Just QE live at 1 p.m. U.S. Central, 8 p.m. UK. And we'll see you tomorrow. Like I said, I don't know what. Maybe we'll just do just an open panel. Just kick it around a little bit and see what's up. All right? So hang in there. And I'll catch you on the flip side. QE out. So we have the respawn remedial retard, double speaking lion sewer rat, shits at 60, guns a-blazing out of the gate ether argument from FED episode 1702 from 8 months ago.
Well, we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through, or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim.
So we have electromagnetic waves, which this moron thinks is light, waving through a something medium because they can't wave through nothing. Therefore, his something medium is ether. Then he gets a bit more specific.
Basically, if you have a vacuum chamber, which it does still have some molecules in it, right? But you have all kinds of electromagnetic fluctuations that you can measure and detect within that. And so it's like, what's the energy traveling through?
Now we have a vacuum chamber, you know, the ones we trip over when we walk around in nature, with electromagnetic fluctuations in it, which this idiot considers light. And his question proof for his retard ether is, what's the energy traveling through? Let me say that again. His question proof for his retard ether is, what's the energy traveling through? You got that? Some more light traveling to support his idiot ether claim, so there's no mistake.
Okay, well, that's why relativity was created.
Sorry, are you telling me you're going around peddling this crap to this community based on a fucking parlor trick?
No, just based on antecedent relationship. Like,
Sorry,
it's just
what was the phenomena
framework.
studied in this highly scientific parlor trick? What was the phenomena studied?
The difference in travel of light. The difference in travel of light. The difference in travel of light.
So it's clear. The support for his asinine ether claim is the travel of light. 10 days later.
No, you're presupposing that light's traveling from point A to point B.
I'm not.
Yeah. So we got this fork-tongued, double-speaking clown carry on for nearly 2 hours about his question-proof, substanceless medium ether horse shit, with his shining example, the travel of light, then has the mind-numbing Dunning-Kruger audacity for his encore performance 10 days later to charge his opponent for presupposing what? The travel of light.
No, you're presupposing that light's traveling from point A to point B.
I'm not.
So let's head back to shits at 60s, guns a-blazing out of the gate ether argument from FED episode 1702.
Well, we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through, or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim.
So we have electromagnetic waves, which this moron thinks is light, waving through a something medium because they can't wave through nothing. Therefore, his something medium is ether. Then he gets a bit more specific.
Basically, if you have a vacuum chamber, which it does still have some molecules in it, right? But you have all kinds of electromagnetic fluctuations that you can measure and detect within that. And so it's like, what's the energy traveling through?
So we got the full story. We have electromagnetic waves in a vacuum, and the question proof is what's the energy traveling through, and is confirmed again here.
What does the electromagnetic wave propagate within?
Let's pinpoint exactly what these electromagnetic waves are.
I can shoot a laser through a vacuum chamber, and it
Why
gets
would
to
you
the
do
other
that?
side.
So shooting a laser through a vacuum chamber means he's shooting light. Therefore, the electromagnetic waves he's speaking to is light. 10 days later,
So I never claimed that light is a wave.
What does the electromagnetic wave propagate within? I can shoot a laser through a vacuum chamber, and it
Why
gets
would
to
you
the
do
other
that?
side.
So I never claimed that light is a wave.
so what's left after lying and double speaking for nearly 4 hours? Folks, I have over 8 hours of videos on my channel assessing every single doublespeak, logical fallacy, outright lie, and made up on the spot contradicting piece of horse shit spewed from the despicable dipshit Shits at 60. So again, what's left? Yep, you guessed it. The only port in the storm. This schmuck outright denies the very argument that he made for his fuckwit ether. 4 days ago, 24/7, Flat Earth Discord.
My position is not light goes through a vacuum, thus it must have a medium in it because light needs a medium to travel through. That is not what, no. Okay, I never.
What the hell did you just say?
My position is not light goes through a vacuum, thus it must have a medium in it because light needs a medium to travel through. That is not what, no. Okay, I never. Well, we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through, or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim. My position is not light goes through a vacuum, thus it must have a medium in it because light needs a medium to travel through. That is not what, no. Okay, I never. Basically, if you have a vacuum chamber, which it does still have some molecules in it, right? But you have all kinds of electromagnetic fluctuations that you can measure and detect within that. And so it's like, what's the energy traveling through?
The prosecution rests for now. Flat Earthers, what are you gonna do?